finish to the previous series and Penta as well. But now they got to jump into a fresh best of 5. Got some Dota coming ahead.
That's right, the revenge best of 5. But if a best of 3 went to 3 games and was relatively close, other than the meatball stomp at the end, then hopefully we're in for some good Dota here as well. And Penta kicking it off with something a bit different. Not seeing a whole lot of AA lately. Personal fan favorite. Love AA. Big fan. Good against the Witch Doctor, of course, just because they heal. But overall, I mean, it's more about just like bursting down a target very quickly.
10 seconds remaining.
Combos decently well with the Tusks as a support duo as well. Just a
5 seconds.
A rather
remaining.
Safe opening. Maybe a bit surprising that you don't go for like the Rubik or something, but it's just not really Penta's style.
Yeah. Lycan going to come out for the final drive in response here. So overall, pretty safe draft. But yeah, you're talking about the Rubik Ancient Apparition instead. Coming out for Penta. It is kind of interesting considering, you know, we're just coming off of that previous series there, and I don't think we saw Ancient Apparition in that series, so.
Instead, no, not picked or banned, but I guess if I look at Final Tribe, they play a lot of Death Prophet, who AA is naturally very good against, so maybe they are helping to, like, take that away from them. This could be, like, part of their plan. And then even just up against a lot of these heroes, like, if you're playing... Like, if it's a team that wants to put a lot of effort into a single individual, AA is always going to be very good up against those kind of teams. So maybe they're hoping to just, like, shut down Era in a lot of these games by Ice Blasting him nonstop.
Perhaps. Ice Blast, pretty good from on the other side of the map. That's Penta's strategy here.
Radiant
so,
team
third pick to come. We have Queen of Pain ban by Penta. Saw that banned all 3 games last series. More so against Penta, but yeah. They're going to take it away themselves.
They want to get rid of those heroes that Tusk can't gank mid as much as possible. So Queen being one of the better ones. Could consider the Puck as well.
10 seconds
Puck,
remaining.
as well as Tiny still in the pool is a pretty big one just to be concerned about overall in the draft. And they've also shown they're not afraid to do some Void gaming, which could be kind of cool, of course, for the Final Tribers. They've already opened up with the Witch Doctor. Maybe Penta themselves could consider because they have the AA. He's a hero that's kind of floating around.
Yeah,
right now, but certainly not guaranteed to show here. And then we do still have the Razor.
I'm a fan of Faceless Void. Actually, I do like the hero quite a bit, and it's unfortunate we don't get to see him a whole lot, but as you pointed out, we did see him in the 1 game yesterday, and
Radiant
possibility, perhaps even with the AA synergy. But yeah, the Tinker ban, the Razor ban, a lot of these mid-potential heroes.
Still have SF.
That's always still there, yeah. You got to be thinking about it at least. Yeah, see, SF is one of those, like, he's so good to the point where he's picked up a lot, but at the same time, he's not banned a lot either. He's just kind of one of those niche heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the happy medium. If he starts seeing more success, we'll probably start seeing him banned a bit more, I'd have to guess. I feel like he's, like, just on the cusp of making second phase bans. He might even get banned here, honestly. If they don't want Penta to have it, because you might not want to run the SF with a Lycan that's like 2 cores with very little control, and then you don't necessarily want to put him up against the Tusk mid or something. But so we do survive with the Puck still in the pool. The Elder Titan is also still in, with Final Tribe have been playing a few times now. Depending on what this core is, if it's not necessarily like if it's those more stationary heroes, I find that's where Elder Titan really shines. If it's someone who just wants to like sit and siege kind of a deal, we've already lost the Dragonite, the Viper, the Death Prophet. I guess is still in there.
Tide Hunter.
There's always the Tide Hunter. You saw the early impact at least last game, played by Double Dimension right there. And the ultimate losing effort, but Cookie will probably get his hands on it this time around. We're gonna see another Tiny. He's proven to be very popular today, especially.
Ooh, this is a really good Tiny game now, too, because they can put the 1v1 matchup versus the Tide Hunter, and then you have the tree, so that helps Tiny out quite a bit. Even with Anchor Smash and everything, at least Tiny can still farm, and I would rather have a farm Tiny than a farm Tide Hunter, assuming I have a Lycan on my team, because then I can take that really early advantage on my Tiny, get some mobility, burst people down, take structures with my Lycan, and try and run the game over that way.
Yeah.
But I know Pablo also plays quite a bit of the old Tiny himself. So there is a chance that maybe they'll play this as position 4. In fact, I think they've actually done that even recently, too. It was like 3 days ago they were doing that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, this is a team that obviously had some great success in the DAC qualifiers. They got all the way to the grand finals before losing to OG, but getting to a major final qualifier shortly after this team even really forms together as a full team, and that's very impressive in itself. So, no doubt, a team with momentum right now, and once again in another grand final here, of course, with the minor event. So, but yeah, versatility with Tiny. Could be ran in many of different positions. Although my personal history of watching, I think I've seen like 2 games of Tiny. It doesn't seem the best, right?
It's tough to execute,
Yeah.
especially with the Witch Doctor. Ooh, Life Stealer. Okay. I thought they might go Gyro. Because just like with the Wombo combo, and there's some debate whether or not Gyro counters Lycan or if Lycan counters Gyro. In the end, if you have a Ravage, though, like with Gyrocopter, if you get all the summons in the Ravage, he can freely kill them all, and like it's not going to feel quite as strong. After the flat cannon, everything goes off. Plus with the BKB, obviously that counters the Lycan decently well, just in terms of like not letting him wail all over you with control from his allies. But
yeah.
We get the OD, so we have that flex pick available, either position 4 or an offlaner last for Final Tribe, and another strong laner. 3 very strong lanes. If these were the 3 cores,
10 seconds remaining.
I wouldn't want lane against any of these heroes as Tide Hunter, honestly.
5 seconds.
Oh, well, actually, that's not true. Lycan is fine, but they're just going to rotate the Lycan away from you if you end up with the Tide versus Lycan matchup.
Yeah. So I'm being told, actually, these 2 teams have apparently, we've already mentioned they met earlier on in this tournament. They also met in the DAC event, and I guess they even met in another qualifier of sorts. And so they've played like 9 games in the last like week and a half against one
10
another.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, there are a lot of matches against one another.
The funny thing is, there's even going to be more potentially tomorrow because they play in the Epicenter European qualifiers, and they're in the same group actually. So, anyways, wow, that was a really fast finish. Okay. We get the spirits coming out. Earth Spirit into Storm Spirit.
All right, so the question is, can Penta finally defeat the Final Tribe? I guess it looks like Penta have not been winning very many of these matchups.
I believe it's been 2-1 in favor of the Final Tribe, yeah, in each of them. So they got that going for them, but if that's telling of anything, at least it goes the distance, and this being a best of 5, again, a little bit different even.
That must be all they need, right? They just need that, like, 2 more games. The third game's really screwing them over, but...
Just imagine.
Yeah, eventually they'll figure it out.
Well, they have a chance here to go the distance again, but again, this is just game 1 of a long series ahead of us, but a strong start, always liked, and they get the Weehaw Storm Spirit, who, you got synergy with the Life Stealer as well, a great infest bomb target, jump inside, and make some kills happen.
Looks like very comfortable heroes and general lineups for both teams. I don't really see any glaring mistakes or errors or problems for either side. I would argue the matchups look a little bit better, I would say, for Final Tribe. Just like Tiny and OD, so strong in lane, and even Lycan is very strong in the lane. The only downside will be the Tide, and they'll probably manage to avoid that. So... position 4 heroes. We have an Earth Spirit who's going to be ganking into a Storm Spirit. That's going to put some pressure on them to protect the Storm Spirit, because the Earth Spirit is a fantastic hero to try and get early kills on Storm with. And then sick base race, by the way, from Pablo. But who else is Earth Spirit going to go on? He doesn't really want to try and gank Boogie too much on the Tide, or Oliver really on a Life Stealer. So you can imagine there is going to be a lot of pressure funneled in towards Weehaw's lane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we'll see how that looks. You got Weehaw already smoked off the bat as the whole team smoked up here on the dire side and sending out. Looking to maybe get some early aggressive vision. But, yeah, you see Pablo making that comment right there again. TFT, that was the benefit that they got as a result of winning the series yesterday. They got to sit back and wait for their opponent in the grand finals. But just so happens to be the rematch. But, again, it is a straight-up best of 5. There are no advantages here in this format that we have. So Boogie, bottom lane. It's already shaping up.
Yeah, they're hanging back, just saying, okay, if they did bring the kill squad down, they're probably gone by now. Now we can rotate. Hanskin checks it first. Make sure his core doesn't die. And he's brought 10 tangos and a salve on Boogie. So prepared for the Maledict. Going to try and keep his HP nice and high. And survive up against this Lycan, who has a Mango and 5 tangos. But once you have a Feral Impulse, easy life.
That's the name of the game. Shards, that'll block them. So So Pablo gonna try to sneak up
Battle
here.
begins.
Getting pretty aggressive, actually. Does have that roll, but ultimately gonna be picked up by Boogie. And they get their 2 bounty runes. They actually get 3 bounty runes in total. Armed even picks up the one up here before anyone else can snatch it up. So Penta off to a solid start in that sense. Jonathan fan. Uh-oh. He was going for the creep pull. Tuska's TPing in as well. This could be a first blood. Got the shard block. Just a matter of landing it. Oh, he's stuck. He actually got stuck.
A little close. It was next level, that's what it was.
That's, yeah, let's call it that. That was totally intended.
You see, where that was placed, no chance to return any damage from the Tiny, ergo, no wasted regen for Oliver.
Exactly.
Wow. DNZ, next level.
God
Yes,
on
man,
Tusk.
TI.
Well played. But yeah, first blood again. That's we see a lot of these off players going for that creep pull, and they've learned more and more. It feels like over time, it's like, yeah, we're not going to let you do that. And Ancient Apparition, you know, pretty good hero for preventing that, as we saw with the level 1 cold feet. Yeah, I mean, AAs you could get that really chilling touch, you know, dealing out a lot of damage from the beginning, but without the Q there, I don't think they get that kill. So,
Well, the end result is that because they have the tie versus the Lycan, Hanskin's playing down bottom. So that means that Boogie won't have the easiest time because there's this Witch Doctor, but once he gets some levels in the Kraken as well as the Anchor Smash, there's not really that much they can do in terms of damage, and it means there's no assistance for Jonas fan. Because ideally you want, I would say, Witch Doctor and Tiny versus Tidehunter +1. Or at least you want like the Witch Doctor up here to try and help out this Tiny and help like give him a chance in this lane, but there's not really anything Hanskin can do. He doesn't want to just leave the Lycan versus the Tide, or he's going to get bullied too much because of the Anchor Smash. So I would say Penta have a pretty big advantage right now in the way they've set up these lanes.
I'll take that.
Especially because Weeha's not dying.
that's important. Hanskin,
Should be
though,
the win.
getting some bounty runes, but yeah, middle lane as long as Storm Spirit staying alive for now. Double damage on Earth Spirit. Can make some kind of play with that. They also have that Howl buff kicking in, as Frost, aka Nox, is using that early on.
DNZ just lost like half his HP pool by trying to walk up for bounty rune and getting maledict and right-clicked by Hanskin.
That's pretty good. Howl buff assisting there too. So Lifestealer, it is being played by Oliver after all.
You know what's coming.
Maybe. Hey, people say like it's every game, but like my last 2 games with him playing this hero, it's 50-50. So
Yeah. No, in a game like this too, I would think that this is more likely to see the Armlet just because he has the Storm Spirit. Maybe he wants to try and help accelerate the Storm and focus on him being as a big factor in this game rather than himself with the Radiance. Maybe try and jump in and get some action going in the early game. But I also know that, I don't know, I'll still be surprised, even though the Armlet kind of looks better in my opinion, because it just feels like everyone's moving away from it now.
yeah. All right, well, keep an eye on that inventory. See what he goes for, but early on, of course, at least just trying to finish the power treads before anything else. Middle lane, though, again, he's keeping his distance. He knows that he has to be careful, but OD is definitely getting up. He's essentially doubling the CS now of the Storm Spirit, so it's a matter of, you know, how long can you sacrifice this if you're Weehaw?
Yeah, he's just going to go start jungling a bit, it looks like.
I guess Earth Spirit going to take over. Even gets a ward down.
Tusk is shard blocking some of his creeps. It's a good idea.
Oh yeah, Tusk is going to try to get some experience, yeah.
Helping to create an imbalance in the lane this way. And he body blocks them as well. Smart move by DNC.
Well, that's a nice stack there. Can he stack it again? No. He got tries. Just too much of a block, though. But still, plenty of a stack to help him recover once again. Arcane Rune is going to be found by Pablo. He'll get that before anyone else does. And you see the ping on the ward there.
Yeah, they definitely just saw him place that. Oh, bottom lane, they're going for the kill. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I thought they were going to commit a little higher to that, but I guess there's not really much more you can do.
So he has his wolves now. Magic level 2 as well, but yeah, it's not as much. Yeah, you see right there, though, he's...
Came back really early with before that last tick and took a lot of extra damage because of it.
Yeah. He does not have his TP currently in his inventory. I mean, he's dead. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Maledict will finish the job, if anything. There you go. Up here, they catch Wee. They knew he was probably in the jungle. They find him. And this is actually very reminiscent of yesterday's Meepo game. We actually went into the jungle like this on his Meepo. You know, at level 3, of course, gets the second Meepo in that case. And they found him in there, and then they killed him. And that's, again, very similar.
And there's only one place he can go, and plus the Tiny has nothing to do top. Because he can't contest what this Lifestealer's doing right now. Comes back in, you know, what is he at? 9 last hits on the Tiny. So, very important that he makes that rotation, because his game has been awful so far for Tiny. It does not feel like a fun game.
Top lane, Tiny. Yeah, he's dead. Just run at him, and actually Pablo, oh no. He TP'd in here with not much life to work with. He's going to have to Boulder Smash, push away the Invest Bomb, as well as the Cold Feet. Secures that kill, though.
Boogie's eating some more damage bottom with that Maledict, but looks like the
Radiant's
wolves
top
won't be
tower
quite
is
enough.
under attack.
Well, this time at least, Houndskin going to cut him off.
Wow,
Is
he's
that
still
a
trying to
cast?
fight for this rune. Oh, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, Tusk is coming.
Yeah, there's reason. And actually, they want this turn kill. Maledict is coming back up. He doesn't have mana for it now, but the cask is going to bounce in between them. Frost needs another auto attack. Cannot get it off, however.
Radiant's
So,
top tower is under
ooh, that
attack.
was a close call.
That Kraken could not have come at a better time.
Yeah.
Just get rid of the last stun.
Saving the day there.
Where is Oliver right now? Oh, he's then just like punching some creeps next to Jonas.
Yeah, he's over here. And who's this in the imprisonment? That would be
Must be AA.
Ancient Apparition, yeah. He is probably dead on AA, so I guess now it's Oliver's turn to DC. And he's over here killing some creeps. He's going to come back in and be like, well, this is a curious spot.
He's by this shop though, so you can just rage TP. You can just swap his TP in for free.
Oh, yeah.
He should be fine. Oh wait, does he have mana? Yeah, he has mana. In 7. Yeah, he can just one and do it. So.
That's if he needs to. With her spear coming over, yeah, that might be a good idea. He swaps. He has it. Oh, he gets it first. There's the Avalanche. He's not doing it yet. Armin does get picked up as expected, but there's the Rage TP. Just taking a little bit of time before doing so. But good rotation from OD, and this OD is off to a good start. However, so you see Storm Spear now 45-0, but again, a lot of it is this jungle.
Yeah, you go to his net. We're 700 behind the old OD. So
Yeah.
900 now.
Dire's middle
Deceptive.
tower is under
Lifestealer,
attack.
on the other hand, though, is doing pretty good when it comes to his CS. 20 denies, in fact. Actually, OD has the same on the other side. So, Oliver is doing a good job, though. Still no information just yet. Oh, he does have a Gloves of Haste, actually, so.
Those denies do show though, like the fact that Jonas is he's just hitting level 5.
True.
I mean, he roamed a lot too, but taking away quite a bit. Boogie's still not level 6. And when he has the
Dire's
Ravage,
middle
he can't
tower
even
is
really
under
do
attack.
anything. Oh, okay, they're gonna rotate everyone over to just try and kill him too, but we know that ward is there, so Boogie just runs.
Is there any way you see this? Okay, well, no, it is going to be an armlet. I was going to say, I saw the Gloves of Haste. I was wondering maybe Midas, but no, he's going to go the armlet.
I mean, that definitely
Radiant's
shows just like
middle
how
tower
important
is
it is
under
this game
attack.
if even Oliver's willing to buy it. Because I do really think they need some way to make Weehawk relevant.
Yeah.
Dire's structures
And that's
are
going to be damage
fortified.
from the Lifestealer. But good pressure here from the Radiant side. They're just grouping up. They got the OD. Excellent hero for some
Radiant's
early
top
5-man.
tower is
Creates a
under
little bit of a
attack.
threat. Doesn't
Radiant's
really farm that well on its
structures
own.
are
Is creating some space for Jonas in the mid lane
Dire's
too.
bottom
Just
tower
pushing out some
has fallen.
waves. Gets level 6 for himself. Pretty much flawless. No answer here for Penta.
Radiant's
And if they
top
ever
tower
blow
is
that
under
Ravage,
attack.
they can just do this again too. Oh, they smoke. And it wasn't
mid.
spotted. They're going to move past that ward from earlier. And that might catch someone out mid. But it's only an AA. They want something bigger.
Yeah. I guess their answer kind of was they do push the top tier one. Oliver does in the meantime, so keeping up great
Dire's
farm. But
middle
yeah,
tower
smoking
is
middle
under
lane,
attack.
there's that AA, so they're going to catch him, but like you said, they would have liked a lot more. But hey, they get the kill, and now they're going to get tier 1 mid as well. So they're
This
moving.
is like
Tower is under attack.
the opposite Dota of like the Fear Lycan. This is like how everyone was playing Lycan before Fear was
Dire's
doing
middle
this
tower
ridiculous,
is
like
under
just gets
attack.
Helm and runs and kills everyone everywhere. Much more
Yeah.
structure focused.
Top lane Oliver, he's realizing that they were going to be coming in reacting to it, so he rage TPs.
And look at this line by Iron Man. He's like, guys, they're doing this again. Go, go, go. We need to defend. Like, surely we can fight this. I'm gonna get 6 mid. You guys go fight. I will throw Ice Blast. We win Dota 2, please. But
Something along those lines, yeah.
yeah, easier said than done.
Armlet is
Radiant's
being
bottom
delivered to
tower
Oliver,
is
so yeah,
under
it does
attack.
seem like if you're Penta with a Ravage, the Armlet finish, this could be a decent time to fight. But bottom lane, Silence initially, Lifestealer. He should be fine. He's got a Rage. Infest, although, if he holds it long enough, he's going to have to Rage there, yeah. So he's good. Nice get away there from Oliver. But,
Dire's
yeah,
top
point
tower
being,
is
though,
under
again, with,
attack.
as I said, with the Ravage, with the Armlet, the Dire team, they can now start defending these pushes, and they're going to do so at the top lane, at least Tidehunter a little bit.
Yeah, they might have to even give the tome right over to AA. Nah, he'll get it from this wave, so Tusk can at least try and catch up, because poor DNZ is level 3 this game. Almost 4. And Oliver still steals his bounty rune. How depressing.
Oh boy. Weehaw picks up his. And continuing to farm out the jungle. We saw this yesterday on Storm Spirit when he played it. He went the very early Bloodstone, and I believe that was the game 1 of the TFT series. He lost that one there, but yeah, really try to get that Bloodstone ASAP.
Another smoke past the ward here for the Radiant. Doing a great job of kind of moving right through. I don't know if they know where the vision is every time they do this, but it's always best if you're smoking through wards, trying to catch people off guard. But it looks like Boogie, not falling for it, knows that they're somewhere there. They have pretty deep vision here as well as here, so
Dire's top
Lycan
tower
should have
is
had
under
backup by this
attack.
point when he's this aggressive, so they
Dire's
correctly read the
structures
maneuver.
are fortified.
Starman will escape.
Yeah, it was a little scary for him, but just checking
Radiant's
things out.
bottom
But yeah,
tower
that's another
is
tier
under
1.
attack.
So, again, kind of goes back to the point. Penta, they're still not confident as far as fully defending these tier 1 towers, at least.
Radiant structures are
But tier 2, a
fortified.
different story, you'd figure. They're
Radiant's
not going to
bottom
give these up
tower
for
is
free.
under attack.
But even when they blow this Ravage, like, they're just gonna come back and do this again. It's very scary. They have to like try and win a fight with this
Radiant's bottom
infest. They
tower
need a
has
fight
fallen.
without Ravage to be won, it feels like. And they should be able to. If you have an infest and you zip in and you get the Ice Blast on top, that hero is going to die.
Yeah.
And it's still a very frail 5-man, right? If one hero is picked apart off of the Radiant, they're not going to feel super strong. I mean, Arrow wasn't even there at this point. He's already back down inside their own jungle.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, but
attack.
neither is Lifestealer. He is pushing out bottom lane still. Trying to get more efficient farm. He's thinking about hiding, maybe TPing, but
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant going to scan this area, hoping they maybe
Dire's
catch
middle
Lifestealer
tower
walking
is under
throughout, but
attack.
not the case. He actually TP's top lane. And is going to jump inside DNZ? No, he's walking that way as if he was, but never
I gotta
mind.
use this armlet. He's playing like he is building Radiance, you know? Like he's
Yeah.
still down here
Radiant's
pushing and everything
middle
instead of
tower
coming
is
to
under
maybe try and get that infest gank in a team fight and everything, so. And the other thing is, like, if Weehaw's not showing, they're not gonna... Like, I would want Weehaw to be showing right now. So, fortunately, Tiny's actually gonna see him, which might make the Radiant play more aggressive if they do go in.
They're going in, but yeah, the response is kind of here. Boogie, he may end up dying, but he gets this Ravage off. Frost realizing this is a trap. He's trying to back off with the shapeshift form, and he runs away. Boogie does end up melting down Hoskin as well. RMN trying to TP out of the midst of it. Shapeshift form back in, though, from Lycan, trying to finish him, but he gets the TP off. So, 1 for 1 here, and now here comes Wee, as Oliver jumped in with the Infest to kill the Necronomicons that were nearby. Pablo is going to be found and killed in the end. Magnetized doing some decent damage, but yeah, nice
Man, the
bait.
Wolves might get DNZ.
Oh wow, yeah, we're not even done just yet. Arrow now coming up here. Let's take him out, and that should be it now, but Arrow getting there pretty late, but yeah, good retreat by Frost initially, and sticking around long enough though.
Yeah, they didn't hit the Ice Blast onto the Lycan, so... Sad life. Definitely a problem if you don't have that setup stun. Not an easy hero to just pick off in the middle of a fight with an Ice Blast because he's so damn fast.
Lifestealer does not have that infest bomb, so you're thinking to yourself, okay, him and Storespeed are right next to each other, go, 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 but kind of hard when that's on cooldown. So has to be another minute before that'll be ready. You see Witch Doctor counter-warding in the meantime, taking away some good vision. But yeah, TFT, it definitely seems like their strength is when they're all 5 together especially. And right there, they did not have Tiny, and OD was a little bit late to join the party. Chance for Penta. Jonathan Fan, Ice Blast will connect. They want this, but Jonathan Fan, the Avalanche has landed on 3 heroes. The toss as well, the mount it, the cat's bouncing around. Weeha's dealt so much damage, that Death Ward. Just to get out of there. Hanskin is going to end up dying for this, so it will be a 2 for nothing. as we is going to be able to make it back to base in time.
Let the fun begin.
Nice. The raindrop taking a couple and then just zipping through some of the damage as well. But
Oliver?
Yeah, very well set up there from DNC.
They're going in. Era. Sanity's Eclipse is ready. They thought about making a play, but Oliver, a little too beefy.
You know, do the howled catapult. Spooky.
It's good synergy, man. We see this now. This is the meta. This is what we've come to. Get that
Alright,
siege.
so Ravage is now going to be back, right? So harder for the Radiant to make any sort of aggressive plays. DNC's level 7. Ooh, Weehaw. Gonna find a support here. Oh, the Tiny too. Oh, the silence. Yeah.
Is Weehaw finding them, or are they finding Weehaw? He might actually live this. If he can time it. Ball lightning. Oh, the barrel hits! Ball lightning again, though, on the last tick. He survives.
Oh my guy's alive.
That was very well played. Infused Raindrop helping as well, but yeah. We saw that in the last fight. He was able to time it perfectly.
How does he just survive from 3 heroes? I guess because it's level 1 on the silence, but
Dire are
still,
scanning.
damn. I really thought he was going to be dead.
Yeah.
But he's pretty tanky at this point, I guess. 1240 HP. He's got the strength threads going on. He's got his wand. He has his raindrops. So, surviving and slowly making his way towards the old Bloodstone.
I was mentioning that earlier with that Bloodstone. What do you think of that real quickly? That over... Because Kaya's a really, popular option, it feels like, as of recently. Maybe getting the Kaya first and then a Bloodstone, or is you find just going the Bloodstone first?
I'm no Storm player, but personally, I don't know. I don't really get the hype around Kaya. Seems that there seems to be, like, I think more people are starting to drop the item and just feel like it's not really worth it. Unless you're fighting, like, a lot. It doesn't feel like it increases your farm that much. And it's just going to be faster to go straight for the Bloodstone. But I like it, when you have the, like, Kaya into Orchid is pretty good, I find. But if you're just going, like, Kaya into the Bloodstone, I don't know. Because, like, Orchid, generally that means it's, like, a fighting game.
Well, Weehaw agrees.
Hanging out.
Going the Bloodstone first. How about Lifestealer, though? He just finished his Desolator, so yeah, he really wouldn't mind fighting right now.
Dire's
That Armlet
top
Deso.
tower
Well, we
is
haven't
under
seen the
attack.
Infest Bomb really played out yet.
Dire's
16 and a half minutes in, and
fortified.
we haven't seen him jump inside Storm Spirit once, for that matter. Still waiting for that.
And we haven't mentioned it, but Boogie's going right into the Halberd.
Here I am.
Oh,
I don't think we mentioned it. Kind of an interesting item choice. Very good against OD. Probably
Dire's
the
top
best hero in the
tower
game.
is
I'm
falling.
trying to struggle. I actually think it's probably the best hero in the game to buy it against. Like,
Yeah.
TV's also pretty good, but OD is like that special class of just like, damn, this is a good Halberd game.
Radiant's
Likes to
bottom
buy
tower is
BKB
under
anyway.
attack.
Struggles with evasion. NKB's definitely better on the hero now than it used to be, but
Yeah.
still going to be a good choice.
Maybe like a Huskar.
Not that NKB helps if you actually get Halberded, right? It only helps if you, just for the evasion value. That's
Exactly, yeah.
The Tide, but yeah.
Yeah, Disarm's really
Radiant's
strong.
bottom
So,
tower is
very
under
good.
attack.
he gets a Hurricane Pike, speaking of OD. It's pretty quickly, actually.
Ice Blast is going to hit, but no one's there to follow up.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling. Roshan
And he
has
held right
fallen into the
before.
Radiant.
So there's the Aegis
Dire's
going to the
middle
hands of
tower
Era.
is under attack.
A lot of pressure to make something happen.
Uh-oh.
Weehouse pushing a lot hard.
Lifestealer.
Radiant's
He might
bottom
die
tower
here.
is
No,
under
they're not
attack.
going all out. They back off. Support is coming in. Yeah,
Close, though.
they probably felt more was definitely coming, but yeah, as you're mentioning in the bottom lane, Storm Spirit's pushing that out. Oliver infests just to heal up, but now he doesn't have that for the aggressive play. And that'll be the end of that. Maybe he did it to kill some creeps too, or there's some
Yeah, I think he
Lycan
killed a Necro.
minions. Okay.
But still. Well, if they find that regen rune form, that would be nice. Of course, Storm Spirit players will not even give it to you if you're on 1% HP. Sorry, he open wounds back up anyway. And Earth Spirit's going to find the regen.
Yep. Can Storm get there? He's running. No, he zips past it.
Regeneration.
Stupendous.
Earth will get it. There's the Bloodstone, though. So 14 charges. Here we go. This is that case of
Alright.
that fine line now of, okay, does he get kills with it or does he die right away? And then it's awkward.
And they have the Halberd. The Lifestealer is farmed. He has his Deso. He has his Armlet. It is time to smoke and make plays. Let's see. Courier. Just bring out TPs. Is there smoke on this AA already? Where are the smokes? DNZ have the smoke? DNZ is the smoke.
There you go, yeah. Good old F5 always comes through for that.
Nice ward here by the Radiant. It's not like that often to get
Dire's
countered,
bottom
honestly.
tower is under
Just that it's in a
attack.
bit of a weirder spot. Doesn't give the best vision of this area, but
Radiant's top
less
tower is under
commonly
attack.
sentried.
Another benefit of this Deso is it's great at sieging, and Lifestealer's taking
Radiant's
advantage of
structures
that.
are fortified.
Yeah, they've ratted very well this game. Despite the 5-man looking so strong for the final drive, they've dodged a lot of fights.
Dire's middle
Where
tower
I'm kind of
is
expecting
under
them to fight with that armlet and everything, but I'm sure Oliver's wishing he had a Radiance for the way this game went, but sadly he didn't really know if they'd be able to rat so well.
Yeah. Alright, he's going to come back, though. In the flank, who is that? That's Storm Spirit? No, he's TP'ing back. Never mind.
TP's in. Man, these Necros were popped to take the tier 2 bot, and they still get used mid. That's actually crazy.
Ready to go.
They took 2 tiers to land. That's something. Those
All
Necros
outer
are
towers. All outer towers are destroyed. But again, it's you look at the other side, Penta... Oh, there is the mid-tier one as well.
Oh, we got the Witch Doctor, guys.
Witch Doctor's dead. More initiation, though. Era. Remember, he has the Aegis, so he's going to imprisonment for now. The Ice Blast coming through doesn't really hit anybody as he's in the imprisonment right there. Hurricane Pike's away. Jonas Fan running after Weehawk to lock him down. Not able to do so, though. The Aegis is going to be popped. Pablo gets his magnetized off. Yeah, he stunned them right as they jumped in. Pablo wound up falling. Oliver in the midst of the fight. Sanity's Eclipse not doing nearly enough damage. And Era, he's in a lot of trouble now. Jonas Fan running the other direction, trying to bait, if anything. Era trying to get out of here, but that's not going to happen. He gets disarmed by the Halberd. He's going to be blocked in by the Tuskai Shards. Double kill for Oliver. That's Weehaw. The Wolves! The Wolves! It's not going to be enough, is it? He gets away.
Wow. Excellent play by Penta. I mean, that's into an Aegis, and, you know, I'm being a bit of a jerk when he's like, you know, oh, it's a Witch Doctor, but the problem is, like, if you jump on the Lycan, he's just going to get Astral, and they're going to stop that whole combo, so they had to focus someone like that Witch Doctor to get the free Bloodstone charge and away from the save of the OD, so
Yeah.
it was a very nice play from Penta, and that Witch Doctor, wow, he kills Oliver!
Kills Oliver. Obviously, plenty of assistance right there. I was wondering what he was doing in the first place, too, but Jonas Fan jumping in there with the Earth Spirit, so they end up losing Witch Doctor and the tower even, but they kill the Lifestealer, that is.
Oh, give me a fight
Too
recap,
bad.
please. Nice. Look at that, 1,063 damage from the Witch Doctor.
Death Ward, man. Strong.
Radiant's middle tower
Alright, well,
is
that's a
under
pretty big
attack.
grab. You'd prefer if it was the Storm with his 18 Bloodstone charges now, but...
Yeah. That's big, though. Storm Spirit, +4 charges shortly after, and you see what he does have queued up, actually. He's got the Kaya, sure enough. Just going to be coming after the fact. The Bloodstone, but in hindsight, no doubt, proven to be the correct choice here. Already have those charges. And it is now purchased. So that's coming out. A Yule's now queued up. This Storm Spirit starting to look pretty scary now. You're the final tribe. The Lycan, also really strong himself still. In fact, they want to go in middle lane. Shapeshift form. They do catch Boogie. The Tidehunter, though, goes without saying. He's tough to kill. They're going to eventually do it. Oh, and they also got Ancient Apparition. Here comes Storm Spirit, though. They're looking to turn. Infest Bomb pops out, and they get the kill on the Lycan. So, yeah, it cost them the Lycan in the end. That's not what you want if you're TFT.
Oh, the Halberd is definitely very good against the OD. Not the most effective up against the Lycan. The evasion's nice, but oh damn, those shards. They are going to get another one. They shouldn't even be a kill. Oh, okay, they got the force up. Nice save.
Good save there, but Penta, again, a lineup that was looking pretty strong as far as going into what's been now mid-game, I think you can safely say, and S and Y finished on a Lifestealer. What are the answers for the final tribe? It's still a very close game, only 1,000 net worth difference, but what should they be doing, you think?
Final tribe. Definitely we're thinking about Aegis probably is the next big thing. That split push, though, is going to be rather irritating. Thinking about Scythe on air, he has the Blink Dagger, so just going to rely on playing aggressively. BKB, pretty strong against Tide, Storm, even Lifestealer to some extent, AA, but he's thinking about going for the aggressive play, trying to find some way to deal with Weehawk, because in a sense, Weehawk's still pretty greedy, right? Like, he has no silence counter, and he's going to get grabbed here. He's just dead.
Be a big kill, and they're going to get it. Ice Blast comes through. Maybe a little bit of a response chance if as Hurricane back away initially on Oliver. The Ravage is not going to connect to the imprisonment. They're all spread out. They do take on Earth Spirit, but here comes Wee. He's back into the fight. He gets another charge because of that. He got up quickly, of course. And he's right back to where he started with 14 when it's all said and done. So definitely a lot of value there for Penta and that Bloodstone. That's 3
Wow.
heals dead.
I can't. That was like half his mana pool to zip like that far. That's
Radiant's
actually kind of
top tower
insane.
is
Yeah,
under
from the
attack.
shrine.
I thought that looked really good.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And I really thought that it might have been a mistake to go for the Kai instead of the Yules, but I guess that mana cost is just a little too absurd. Still lets him do so much when he actually gets back into the engagement.
Yeah. That's tier 3. They're going to lose Rex.
Middle tower
Yeah, they can't
is
stop
under
this.
attack.
I mean, the Wolfman's also mid, so there is a question there. Like, they're going to lose their tier 3. And
Radiant's
he's still...
top
Oh, he
barracks
doesn't have his
has fallen.
ulti. Can he get a melee Rex?
If he gets a melee, it's very worth it. And at this rate, he's
Oh, yeah,
getting
you
it.
commit.
Oh, yeah. He's absolutely getting it. Oliver's here, but he's not going to kill the creeps. Oh, my God. He TP'd out a little too early. He needed a couple more hits, so they don't get the melee Rex. He deals a lot of damage to it.
Is that worth dying for, man? I don't know. I feel like I would have died for that.
Yeah. I'm watching Tusk top lane. He's still trying to play the game of getting away.
Stupendous.
Not gonna
He
happen.
knows this situation up against the Tiny. It worked out for him last time.
Yeah, right. Not this
Not
time.
this time.
No.
He bought a hood, though.
All right, there you go. Get the hood. Pipe's coming. Yeah, went the Glimmer Cape first, so it's addressing a lot of the magic damage on the other side.
I'm gonna
But
try and make a cheeky play for this mid Rax using this smoke.
catch Wee maybe. That's big again. They can't. He goes into farm. He might be in trouble. He sees Witch Doctor. There's the open, but he got the ball lightning.
I'm over here.
So
They need to
close.
initiate with the Yules like they did last time from Pablo.
Uh,
But yeah, they're just gonna try and get the wave close enough and just fully commit for this melee Rax while it's still low. There's no glyph, but there's also no BKBs on the Radiant side, so they can't just like freely run in here. They have to be a bit careful. Ravage up in 10 seconds.
Go Army, go! That infest bomb
Go,
just simply
catapult.
killed him. Yeah, the catapult, can they kill it in time? Absolutely. I mean, Oliver is not afraid. He keeps using his infest bomb to stop this. Oh,
Weehawk's gonna get silenced, but
no
Dire's
follow-up.
middle barracks are under attack.
Tiny's in though. He did it. Jonas got it. Worth.
Okay.
TP's out. He's actually fine. No, the Yules.
Alright, so he is going to die for this, but worth it. Gets the melee Rex finally. Just a matter of
He's been
time.
Pretty quiet for Weehawk. Would you agree? I mean, the Tinker game was pretty good, but overall, I feel like he hasn't even been like the big standout player.
Oh, yeah.
But this has been a Weehawk game for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. No, he wasn't that star power that you maybe expect in the previous series, but game 1 of this best of 5, absolutely looking really good. And again, yet another signature kind of hero for him. He has many, but
Yeah.
Storm
And
Spirit.
he didn't really get pressured too much either, right? Like he played. I mean, he got pressured, but he
Radiant's
played
middle tower
super
is under
passively.
attack.
And then he just kind of caught up. Like the Tinker game, he maybe joined too many fights early, and perhaps he's kind of feeling that in this game too, where he's been much more involved with just neutrals. You know, just hanging out in the jungle, maybe pushing a wave here or there. But for the most part, he dodged a lot of the early fights.
Radiant's
Even those
middle
infests where we
tower
thought
is
like it might have been better for him to be there, but that also comes with an inherent risk of if I die, that Bloodstone's going to be a lot slower. So.
Yeah. True.
They just dodged a lot, and he's having a much better game with it now. And even though they won that Tinker game,
Radiant are scanning.
his whole mid and early game was pretty damn
Dire's
close.
top shrine
Almost
is under
lost it.
attack.
Oliver, he almost has I'm guessing, yeah, it's going to be a full AC. Actually, just essentially delivered to him at this point. So a lot of progress being made there. Orchid coming alive for Storm, but how about this? The Radiant
Yeah,
side.
this Roche.
They
The
think
Wolves
twice.
scouting, but they have the sentry down now, so they'll kill the Wolves.
Yeah, they were in the Roshan pit, but they weren't actually doing anything. They were kind of just standing there waiting for information. We'll zip in, pick up the haste, and zip back. Oh, he's good to go. There's that AC finished in full, though, on a lifesteal there. BKB for Jonathan Fan. At least coming out.
Era's trying to farm his so quickly right now. And I'm glad he abandoned the site. I think BKB is 100% the right choice. Every camp he can. We got a bird scouting here. We got some wolves up top.
Dire
Trying to find
are
anything.
scanning.
And they are infested here. So perhaps time wasted for the lifesteal if they don't find something.
Well, they're going to have to kill this Wild Wing Ripper first. As they do, but now the Radiant team is no vision really in the pit. Game playing this a little bit scared. Going to send another wolf, however. Constantly able to get that vision still. But yeah, the longer you have Lifestealer inside, Storm Spirit,
They're gonna know that he's in there though because the AC aura.
Oh yeah. Good point. And they'll just go
The
for
wolf
Roshan.
scouts them. Ooh, the wolf might live. Remnant might kill if he remnants here.
Nope.
Oh no, wolf dodged it.
Just those two are doing it pretty quick. And you see the rest of the supporting cast actually the best bomb. They jump on Air Spirit. He melts the big Ravage in the backline. Frosty's activating the shapeshift. It's not going to be enough though. Double kill for a win, but that was all the Ravage. You see Era, he manages to somehow escape. We are just not enough mana yet, but he's getting mana back. He wants to chase still. They're just going to go to the base though. That was
Radiant's
huge.
middle tower is
Boogie and
under
Iron Man hooking up for the big alley-oop.
Finally, Era is caught. Another imprisonment at 3 seconds. Hurricane Pike away. It's not enough, though. He's dead for 58. No
Radiant's
buyback.
middle tower has fallen.
And they're just going to start destroying racks in the base now. Show us a fan. He says, all right, I guess I have to fight.
Radiant's middle barracks
BKB.
has fallen.
That's not going to work, though.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Hurry your tree at a spike.
Radiant's
Last-ditch
middle barracks
effort.
is
Not
under
enough, so they lose the racks. Very well played by Penta there. And that's at least going to be 2 sets of racks. Possibly, yeah, that's going to say maybe even megas, and they just call it. It's first game of a best of 5, so
Radiant's bottom
no reason to
has fallen.
really go on further if you're TFT. But Penta, strong start. They take the first game.
This is one of those games you can look back on as a spectator and like try and apply it to your own games. When you're being pushed in by this super aggressive lineup and you're watching this Lycan and this OD and this Tiny and all your auto buildings are falling and you've seen games where Storm takes over and you know the power of Ravage and like these combos and everything, but you have to execute so perfectly and you have to wait for that completely right moment or you're just going to lose this game. And Penta did that. They let those towers go. They didn't fight when it was going to be a bad fight. And they found those perfect moments where it was incredibly important that they executed. And it felt a little risky early. Like maybe there could have been more ganks of the Storm. Maybe the armlet could have been used in a more aggressive fashion. But they didn't have to. They won the game with the total patience. And I'm impressed because that's not the kind of Penta I think we were seeing in that first series. Like this looked way better coordinated than some of those games earlier.
It did, and that's another thing you kind of look at a little bit, right? That they're coming into this with a best of 3 already under their belt just earlier on today. So I know there's the argument, getting the rest if you're the final tribe coming from the winners bracket is nice, but at the same time, you're not as ready to go as the team you're facing because they just played that series right beforehand, perhaps. So I'm not saying that's the case, but again, just all these factors that definitely can come into play. But yeah, Penta, agree with you there. They looked good. And they do take game number 1. So best of 5, though. Still a fairly long series ahead of us here. At least 2 more games. Something tells me it's going to be more than that. But I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Trent. We got game 2 of our grand finals here for the GESC Indonesia European Qualifiers. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. Here goes on the minor. Loser, they come up just short, unfortunately. But both teams looking to make it. Penta, they've been to a minor before. They just previously were at the ESL 1 Genting, as we were talking about.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
Other than that, I don't know if they've actually been to another minor during the season.
5
The Final
seconds
Tribe, on the other
remaining.
hand, again, a somewhat newly formed team even themselves, so this would be their first big-time event. Atlanta, of course, on top of it being a minor in itself. So, pretty big deal, to say the least, for both these
I would
squads.
say so.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm Breaking CBK, joined by Trent. Here we go. Game 2. Ancient Apparition once again for Penta. It worked pretty well the first game, I guess.
Yeah, excellent synergy with the Tide Hunter
Dire
being
team
there with
pick.
the Tusk too. I wonder if is there any pressure for Final Tribe? I feel like I don't want to take that Tusk away from DNZ just because like I don't think it's worth pigeonholing the Tiny into that role because I think it is really cool that they have that possibility of having his at a 4. But at the same time, DNZ's kind of been
10
owning on
seconds
Tusk. He's a
remaining.
very strong hero.
Radiant
Maybe takes away from
team pick.
certain mid laners, and so they will take it. But that just kind of cements both of these roles now.
Yeah. And at the same time, now Penta, again, as far as other 4 options go, there's still plenty out there. Something like the Clockwork always comes to mind. There's the Night
10
Stalker
seconds
as well,
remaining.
which I know we mentioned before, where he's kind of seems like he's fell
5
off a little
seconds
bit
remaining.
when it comes to your position 4 option. But the occasional Night Stalker pick can happen. Usually, if anything, like in synergy with a Lycan, perhaps. But
Dire
Lycan
team
was that
back.
final ban from the Final Tribe, so they just settled with the Sand King, which that's a fine hero to settle on, that's for sure.
Yeah, very good. Early 2.17 second stun for the cold feet. I think that's right. 2.17. That sounds about right. But
10
yeah, I think with
seconds
AA, it
remaining.
makes him a way better 4 than usual. Just because
5
it's such a
seconds
strong
remaining.
follow-up.
I like the Faceless
And,
Void still, man. I know you mentioned that
Oh
last
yeah,
game.
let's go.
Radiant
Get some
team
wombo
back.
combo. How good was that
Yeah.
Tide wombo combo? That was like the hypest moment of the whole game. Let's get more of that.
We had that. We also, speaking of, I'm remembering now with yesterday, it's all coming back to me, man. We had the Faceless Void the one time in that series, and there was an Elder Titan with it as well. That's just a feel-good
10
moment to
seconds
cast. When the
remaining.
Chronosphere comes out, hits like 3 heroes, and all of a sudden that Earth Splitter starts creating
5
underneath, and you
seconds
just know what's
remaining.
going to happen. It's just boom. It's, it's a good feeling. Maybe not for the players that are on the other side of it, but
No, definitely not. But for us, it's great.
It's
For the
a-
fans,
that's what matters.
Spectators.
Let's be honest, yeah. Cares about what they feel, how they feel, but no, we're dipping into extra time though for
They
Penta.
are emotionless robots. Okay.
Dire team
They are
back.
here for our entertainment and nothing else. Yeah, Queen of Pain.
Finally, we have ascended. And we're never going to get Queen. That's what I've determined for this best of 5.
That's been the theme. And actually, again, both games it's been banned out by Penta. Funny enough, with Weehaw playing it well, but he can play so many
10
heroes
seconds
at
remaining.
a top tier level, so not surprising.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
There's a Razor ban, another one that's on the list. You got the Tinker ban before that. So Penta, will they keep the theme of maybe another mid option? Go another direction here. The Final Tribe. OD, Arrow played it last game, losing effort, but comfortable hero for him too.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
Shadow Fiend. You can think about a ban
5
here. So
seconds remaining.
it'll be the Final Tribe to pick first, though, in the next tier of picks. Rubik is still on the board.
Oh, yeah. Man, surely it's going to... Okay, this is such a good Rubik game. You're right. You've got it, dude. It's going to be
Nailed it.
Rubik up against the Sand King in the AA, and then the Tusk goes to Jonas, and then he plays it as like a 5. Pablo gets to play as Rubik, because he's a god Rubik. Let's do that. That's the ban here. Or is something more important to ban,
Dire
though?
team pick.
They say Terrorblade. I can agree with that. That hero's been pretty ownage. So Lycan's
Yeah.
gone, Terrorblade's gone, Tinker's gone, Omni's gone, Bounty Hunter's gone. This is a good-looking game at Dota 2. I think we're going to see some people play Dota and not get completely OP'd by some kind of crazy shenanigans.
10 seconds
Unless we see a
remaining.
Chen in an army of siege creeps. It's always a
True.
possibility.
The Chen is
5
a fair
seconds
point here.
remaining. Radiant team
Rubik,
pick.
do it. Oh, Rasta, boo! Where's my Pablo Rubik hype? Oh, well.
Gonna get
Still a good Rasta game. We can hit some buildings. They've lost a lot of the other building sieges that are available. This was kind of the last one. How bland and boring.
Well, yeah, anything is on board when you
10
make it
seconds
sound like
remaining.
that. I mean,
But yeah, exactly. I can just change all of your viewpoints.
5
Oh, who
seconds
wants to watch
remaining.
Meepo? Oh,
let's not do that. Oh, Meepo so far, though, seeming... No, it's actually pretty bad. So you don't want to pick Meepo here. If you're either team, frankly.
Dire
we need
team
more
pick.
Arc Warden players. That hero is just... I'm sure that hero's busted still. But everyone's... Yeah, I guess just not ready for that. But Underlord! So what we'll be sinking for. Looks good this game. The Underlord is kind of okay. It's, in a sense, does what pushing stuff does. He can help you defend
10
buildings when
seconds
maybe
remaining.
Ross is trying to do some stupid shenanigans. Someone can, like, maybe he can
5
TV back and
seconds
still ult
remaining.
back in, or you can take a fight and then quickly get back to that structure to make sure that doesn't go down. And then overall, he's just big wombo combo kind of fight with a Sand King and the AA on a much shorter cooldown than Ravage. So,
Yeah.
checking off a lot of nice boxes here.
Always good when you can do that with your third pick. So, Underlord out there for Penta. Boogie, more than likely going to be the one playing it. The final try, back to them. Either a mid or safe lane, or even an off lane. Again, it depends on where you run on the Tiny, ultimately. As we mentioned many times before. So he's quite versatile. So you're going up against a lot of lockdown right now, really. So keeping that in mind if you're the Funnel Tribe. A hero that maybe isn't as concerned about that beefy presence.
It makes me kind of want to make it an era Tiny and get him like super farmed, because the status resistance is going to be so busted this game, and it's one of Era's like most played heroes ever. But at the same time, you can also just try and get this Tiny in a 1v1 with the Underlord, and he can do kind of okay. Underlord does kind of own. He's a very good hero. But if it's in a pure 1v1, Tiny should be able to just, like, you know, run around him, kind of catch the wave, nuke the wave, use the tree for denies and stuff. Should go fairly well. And the Era Lifestealer might be a hero to watch for right here, up against the Underlord, the Sand King, and the AA. That looks pretty good to me.
Viper's coming to mind as well. I know, speaking of Era, on the train of
he's
him.
gone, though. He's been first banned every game, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You're on, but he's out.
So is Penta. Penta, they agreed to. Never mind. No.
But that is kind of crazy. I feel like he's been banned like all day, like for
Radiant
this, at least for this
team
series.
Gyro Kata!
Settle with the gyro. It's a fine hero to settle on again.
Another Era hero, but they don't have a lot of AoE control to help set him up. You know, you look at Penta's lineup, if you had a gyro, you'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get like 1-2-man burrow, a pit on another couple guys,
10
and I'm just going to
seconds
stand here
remaining.
and kill them all. For Era, though, it's going to be like,
5 seconds remaining.
if you ice shard someone, then yeah, we can definitely kill in lane and everything. But I don't know. It's a much more scrappier kind of fight, you know? They're like really fast and just like casting a lot of quick spells in succession.
Yeah.
Dire
To clarify
team
something, you keep saying Era hero. To be fair, Era's been playing their mid for the Final Tribe, and
Oh, yeah,
Frost has been their safe lane. Yeah.
Yes, I'm stuck on the era life, you know.
He's been safe lane for a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, in this lineup again, Frost. I don't even
10
know if
seconds
you're familiar
remaining.
with Nox is his other name, but
5
he comes from the
seconds.
Yeah,
Han.
I've seen him a
as
couple
well.
times.
He was one of the more notorious Han carries in the history of Han. As far as just, he was always good at just farming and getting a lot of CS. So that's that's what I remember of him, at least.
Radiant team
So it's been fun to watch him here with the Final Tribe. As a Lifestealer comes out for Penta. So Lifestealer on their side, you were talking about that possibly for the Final Tribe, but Penta will
Yeah.
pick it.
Definitely looks good. I mean, Rage into the engagement. They have no control besides Walrus Punch, but Tusk doesn't necessarily
10
want to be
seconds remaining.
that close to the old Lifestealer, and that still should present
5
decent
seconds
opportunities for
remaining.
Rage TPs out. And we already talked about all the control they have for Penta. Like, that's the big thing about Lifestealer, is just not getting kited. So if anyone is locked down, he will wail away on them into despair.
Yeah.
And it's an Oliver Radiance game, though.
That's what we find ourselves asking now. Is it the Oliver Radiance game? Again, last game we found out it wasn't, and it made sense and everything, but this time, you know, it doesn't have the Storm Spirit synergy, at least yet. No, Storm Spirit is still on the board.
This is a hard pick. I think they're going to pick Mirana, if I had to
Oh,
guess.
That's a little bit out there. Okay.
I'm
Different.
trying to think of like a hero that has to have varied sources of damage. I don't think you want to, because right now they're pretty heavy on like the magic right now, and I don't think you can afford to just go
Radiant
puck
team pick.
themselves.
Dire team pick.
They do go back to the Storm. Whew, all right. I'm worried about his early game because I wanted someone who could get over the ice shards, which Mirana can do. She has the varied damage. She's still an infest carrier. So, and then you still have like ways to play around with both Moonlight Shadow as well as the Underlord ulti are pretty cool. You can do like some wild shenanigans. But they're going to go with the Storm again. Going to try their luck at just not fighting, ratting around a little bit, pushing and shoving waves with the Underlord and the Storm Spirit. But it's a little concerning, right? That early laning phase against that Tusk. He dodged it well before. Can he do it again?
Jonas and Fan Enigma with the final pick. Okay. The Black Hole presence now. Black Hole's potentially pretty strong in this game. When BKB, they do not have a stopper. So there's that already going for him. But in general, a hero that can potentially farm very well. I'll say he played it in the first game of the first series of this event. Was it all the way back when? Yeah, against Kingwin even. And it did horrible. So he's working on
what I was expecting. Because usually when someone has like a recall, they're like, "Oh man, he played this game, and it was so good."
It was that bad. That's why I remembered. Unfortunately, now he responded that game with a very good Batrider game that just took over and helped his team to victory. So there was that, but yeah, no, that game was unfortunate. He has history playing this hero in general, though, and so it is comfortable for him, although not the most popular right now. But
it's good here, though.
How do you
I like it because, like, we talked about how was their fight before Enigma. It was like a lot of quick spells. There's like someone's getting shackled, someone's getting sharded and snowballed, and Tiny's Ava and tossing and everything, and then Gyro's just trying to play in the midst of all of that. If you're Penta, they're going to be collapsing in on that with all this team fight. They're going to be throwing down a two-man Burrow Strike, and then Underlord's going to run up and throw down the Root, and then Storm and Lifesteal are both going to zip in. And they're like this big, bald clump. And that's where the counter-initiation from Jonas Fan is going to be looking to strike. He has to get in there, get that big black hole off. He should almost never be the initiator, honestly. Like I feel like his game plan is just going to be chilling out and waiting for that Infest Bomb, and he's going to hop right in. And if he catches... You know, who's going to be canceling that black hole? As you said, it's basically just like the Sand King has to jump in and do it, and maybe the Underlord, but will not be easy.
It will not. Enigma, definitely more than the black hole. I know we always stress that whenever this hero's seen, but the Eidolon's potentially good. His stun's a decent stun, and then on top of that, the Midnight Pulse. Don't overlook that ability, especially when you're dealing with some beefier heroes, Underlord, especially even the Lifestealer on the other side, so yeah, understandable why TFT.
I wonder if Boogie's gonna have to itemize for like canceling black hole, because like you can't root him, but is it worth to like go Yules? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So I feel like if they only have Sand King, whew, that's scary.
30 seconds to battle.
I assuming that Storm's not gonna be able to do it.
I was gonna say
it'll be the target every time.
Kind of got Storm, but yeah, no, that's true. Actually, yeah. Well, he's gonna be in the bottom lane. Is Jonas and Fan already has that Midas queued up? Not surprising. Usually the go-to item. Arrow's just going to be middle lane. He doesn't even want to go for the rune. Just wants to block with himself, and actually it's going to end up being 3 bounty runes for the Radiant side because of that.
The battle begins.
Sand King will just easily pick up this one. Or he's
you're Enigma. You want to be back here denying as soon as you can. Getting your clarity going.
Wait a second. Is we going bottom? Okay.
On the old Storm. Oh, this is what we saw this before, right? They had the Lifestealer mid, or like the PL or something. I think it was Lifestealer in game 1 with Oliver earlier today. I feel like they did the same thing, just for like lane matchups.
Sure.
Maybe. I can't recall. That sounds
yeah, it was Weehawk Shadow Fiend, I think, that game. Yeah, and he wasn't safe lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Point is that we see him at the bottom lane, so why would they do this matchup, though? Is this more for the bottom where really like an Enigma? Is it more because the middle might not have been friendly for Storm?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. It's that whole idea about Tusk and the ramps. If you rotate the hero that you think they want to gank over and over away from the mid lane, Tusk can't... He's not nearly as effective. He's kind of terrible, especially level 1. Level 1 mid lane, Tusk dominates. He owns everyone. But like when he comes up here on this Underlord, the shard block isn't like perfect here, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to work because they have so many heroes. But at least you can get around it, you know? Mid lane, there's just no getting around it.
Well, that's a perfect example. You can get around it, but too much damage in the end.
Look at that, though. They give the first blood to Hanskin so he can afford boots. Very important so he can actually harass this Underlord.
Yeah. He has that to work with. So Underlord having to respect. And ultimately, 3 heroes coming together.
Oh, mid lane, though. Damn, it's a lot.
Era, he has that
It's the
tree.
legendary Era Tiny.
That's true. He is playing it. Good point. Frost on the gyrocopter. As Ross does
I do
not
like
back.
that he's been given a lot of fire in this game, too. Because I feel like the SAS resistance is super strong in this particular matchup. So the more items on the Tiny, I feel like he should be able to go pretty crazy in this game.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mentioning that there. So right now it's a 1 versus 1 bottom lane. Yeah, DNZ picking up the bounty rune. He's actually going to find a haste rune as well.
Haste.
I thought he might have gotten mid, but
500 HP. Nah, he's just going to secure the bounty.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm okay with that.
wants the bounty instead.
Oh, he's going to TP mid with the haste. That's pretty sick. Not going to be expecting that.
Open wounds is up. Can he line up a barrel strike? He sure can. The avalanche comes out though. Pablo, Ice Shards trying to help him out, but Tiny, it's going to be too much damage at the end. Oh, they get the turn kill on Life Stealer, so they do at least get something out of it. In fact, he gets experience as well, so well played. But it's still more to come. Hanskin, uphill attack misses, gets another one off to this Ancient Apparition, gets the kill. DNZ, the direction, Orbit Venom's on him. It's not going to be enough tick though. The Ice Shard's also going to miss. Saying he stays alive.
DNZ. Seeing that one coming.
Clash middle lane to the other side, but yeah, the clever TP in with the haste rune. Kind of works out, but at the same time, again, they lost Oliver first, so really that was overall decent for TFT.
Yeah, not bad. Era also, he's the only one with a stick or wand in this whole mid lane. Kind of interesting this early on. Trying to keep yourself alive, and you know, there's so many heroes around here, you just get so much value out of that. But
Yeah.
Oliver can't really get the courier, so trying to build towards those treads as fast as he can as well.
Yeah, especially nowadays where the days of a true 1 versus 1 mid is not really a thing. You can always expect at least one, if not multiple supports in the area using an ability, so that wand not only gets charges, but help keep you alive, of course. In those circumstances. Top lane. 4-minute bounty rune coming up. You have Tusk in the area against Underlord, but it looks like Underlord has almost resorted to jungling a bit.
Yeah, even gets the pull off, will secure his own rune. Nice little play from Boogie, and he gets the Satyrs, the Dream. So good for killing with Firestorm.
Thought I heard the
Much
howl
needed
for a second,
experience.
but that was just a 4-minute.
Regeneration.
It's just so typical. It's like, oh yeah, Lycan's in the game, howling. Oh, middle lane. Oliver, he's dead. Once again, arm in. This time it's working out much better for TFT. They might get 2 out of this. Toss or anything. He doesn't have the mana for it. Gonna pick up a tree though. Gonna walk it off as DNZ comes in, but that's a second death on Oliver already. It's Life Stealer. So if a Radiance was an idea for him, then it's gonna be slowing down much longer. But again, having the Storm Spirit synergy, is it safe to say we expect the armlet build? Because
They just smoked Oliver, but I don't know if they noticed. Sorry to interrupt, but like they were smoking back here, and it smoked Oliver like right in front of them, and then like he killed a creep. Just like,
wait a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll probably go armlet again, but we'll see. It depends on if they can just kind of wrap this out. They feel like, man, that is a long wraparound, by the way. Oh, Hans gets tossed with the courier.
No.
Oh no.
Distractions everywhere. Hanskin's fine though. He's a little bit too deep.
Yeah. Avalanche just to cover so he couldn't get the open wounds. Didn't want to commit both the rage and the wounds. Plus it's only level 1. So short range.
And he had a rain drop on top of that. So yeah, he was surviving. Not going to be stopped there. They do have the aggressive ward though. That was the Radiant side, so they got some good vision of what's going on that side of the map.
Boogie up top has been continuously zoned out again. He did grab the wave this time though with no support, so that's a good play. And he'll get a lot of experience at level 4 now, but Gyro with that missile is very threatening. Now Youngspan real deep.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean, he has Black Hole, but I was expecting somebody to come in from the dire side as if he was going to make a play there, and I think Weehaw was as well. They're going to kill Lifestealer though again in response. At least that's the idea. The open wounds though, healing him up. Oliver going the other direction. Support still catching up to no Ether Shock. Just out of
there's a
range.
haste rune.
Pablo. The toss. Oh, right before he gets the haste. Okay, so they do kill Oliver yet again. But yeah, that was a very odd decision from Jonas and Fan there. Not too sure.
Maybe he was trying to play aggressive and act like there was someone there, but with so many rotations coming from their own side, like maybe Storm would have often jumped away, but he knew that his team was backing him up, so
yeah,
could have been the issue.
Now he's level 6, but he
mana
doesn't
now.
have mana. Exactly. There's the black hole. This should be enough. Yeah. Of course, very effective use. It's one of those cases this early on in the game, especially using a black hole to get a solo kill on a core on the other side is always worth it.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Very happy with that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And I just go up top to see Boogie rocketed again, just over and over. Constant pressure, another clarity, has another one in his backpack. Frost just keeping them coming.
Jarl's wrecking right now when it comes to farm. He's by far the top net worth, 1,000+ lead. As he has 3,800 net worth here.
Yeah, he has had no one contesting him. He's 0-0-1, hardly even seeing the enemy team. He's coming in here to see if he can find Boogie farming and go for a kill. But he is not there.
Ambitious play bottom lane. They try to dive Wii, but with these 3 heroes, yeah, not enough damage. Especially with the TPs.
Especially without the Hex.
Middle lane,
Era mid. Yeah.
it's fine again. Sports coming in to save the day. So Tiny, kind of build on Tiny this game. Is it, you think, the SNY, the drums?
I still like Blink Shadowblade. I feel like it's pretty good. The Sand King, the AA, and the Storm Spirit are all vulnerable targets. It's pretty strong for me.
See what direction he goes in. Yeah, usually more of these farming core Tinies, I feel like, tend to go more of the damage
Drums,
focus.
SNY, yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
certainly
offlane,
possible.
Radiant's top tower is under
Blink
attack.
Dagger, Shadowblade, as you mentioned. So yeah, up to Era. Gonna go bottle for now. This next item, but yeah, top lane again, another homing missile. Just a fly in and thunk. That's got to be
Part of the reason why I really want Blink this game is because, again, I don't really think Jonas should like almost ever be initiating, and if they just have that Blink Dagger on the Tiny, it just feels a lot better to me as to how their fights are all going to start.
All down. That's an easy kill. Great snowball initiation. Underlord, by the time he realizes what's happening,
Radiant's
it's too
top
late.
tower is under
And they are
attack.
heavily abusing him. The only thing Gyro doesn't have going for him this game is stacks, really, but that can be remedied. They can kind of get those going soon enough, get some Ancients, get that dire triangle going on as I draw a trapezoid. It's not a triangle, sorry. Let me
tried.
There we go. Yeah, that's kind of a triangle. Oh, wow, look at that one. Now that's a triangle.
Beauty. Beauty right there.
Right.
Top lane while we're doing that, Sand King. He's gonna maybe die. Oh, he has a burst. No, he didn't have it up. Cooldown, I was wondering. So that makes more sense. Boogie, he's here. Just a little bit too late though. But now with Lifestealer, they could make more out of this. Lifestealer though at half life. Actually, Era is also here, so we got a bit of a skirmish going on in between the tier 1 and tier 2 top lane. You gotta be careful about diving. Always Boogie, though. He's going for the Dark Rift. Level 1, though, it takes forever for that to go off.
And during all this, Jonas is now
Radiant
onto the
structures
tower.
are fortified.
Has the Midnight if he wants to clear the trees, but he's not that committed to the push quite yet. Just wants to go secure the bounties.
This Gyro is insanely farmed right now. He has drums, 1,000 gold saved up.
Radiant's top tower is
And their
under
answer
attack.
to him is going to be Sand King, but DNZ is far away from any sort of Blink Dagger. He hasn't really been given any lane, any space. The one lane that looks to be available, Hanskin's now wrapping around on him. They have this ward still. You may even have to burrow defensively.
Zaps the creep wave, but that's it. Shadow Shaman feeling a little bit of that cooldown nerf that happened, but level 4 it's the same. All the way down to 8 seconds. Like it was before. Tiny is going to go the drums, at least for now.
Okay, good.
That clicked.
Fine with that too. Obviously it makes him a lot tankier in case they do start going for some of these infest plays, so he won't be a vulnerable target. And should help him farm quicker than something like the Blink or the Shadow Blade. Just means that they're going to be more creep focused perhaps and not quite as team fight focused.
Trent.
Break.
Gyrocopter. This is not Oliver.
Oh, nice. We're in there. I mean, if you have a free game, this is the item you built, for sure.
Think
It's
so?
basically like a permanent DB. when the math works out. It's just like you're constantly doing damage. It's great. Happens every time. Just keep spouting out. It increases the damage you're getting from anything that has an attack effect, like a Maelstrom or something.
Yeah.
You just get like another chance at it. I am always down for the Aghanim Scepter.
Dire's top
QO
tower
made me a
is under
believer.
attack.
Ooh, Weehaw trying to catch him. Tusk going a little further than he was hoping for, though. Yeah, he did not expect Weehaw to go uphill there.
Over here now.
And thus leads to his death. So good reaction from Wee. Bottom
Dire's
lane
middle
though,
tower
Enigma.
is under attack.
Here, Hanamitis coming out,
Radiant's
down again
bottom
soon, so
tower is under
all of a
attack.
sudden he has plenty of gold. In fact, this bottom tier 1 is definitely falling with the roster wards.
Oh, this is going to look so similar to game 1. Alright, we have the Enigma. He's threatening with the Black
Radiant's
Hole, and he also has the
bottom
push of the
tower has
Eidolons, and then we have the Shadow Shaman. So this time the push is a lot easier for Final Tribe, though. Like last time, the push took some pretty serious commitment, and it was risky. This time, I would say not nearly as risky. Like, they just drop snakes and play around the wards, which is a lot easier than like going high ground with Lycan, or like posturing around a tower with Lycan. Jonas in trouble.
Oh, he was just charging in, hoping for a black hole attempt, almost it felt like, but he did not realize that many people were there.
That ward right there just saved them. Well, so that could have gone poorly.
Gyro does have the point booster and 1,000 gold saved up, so he mentioned if you're free farming especially, boy is Frost free farming. He picks up another bounty rune. I mean, at this rate, it's going to be a very, very early Axe. Now, to be fair, Oliver's build, he actually would, I think he even has like brown boots, and then he just goes right into the Axe. So, a little bit more build up here from Frost's when it comes to his Gyro build.
Fair enough.
The Axe, but yeah, again, our sample size so far here in this event, Oliver, those 2 games, one actually worked great. The other one, it seemed like it just was like, what was he thinking, kind of deal. So we've seen both sides of the spectrum.
Radiant's top tower
with this
is under
unique build.
attack.
I mean, there are definitely issues with it. It has a really big opportunity cost of just like, what if you just bought S and Y and you just ran at people and you're really tanky and fast and you do a lot of damage instead of just buying a bunch of HP and some more damage. But bottom lane, SAS resistance, not enough.
Well, it allows him to get the avalanche off, actually, and that could set up some turn now. Weehaw, no, he's going to be sharded in. He does not have the most mana to work with. Shackle's locking him down. Bro Strike, though, it buys more time for the getaway. DNZ, he may end up dying for this. Keeps his teammate alive, though that'd be big. It's not going to be enough. However, Rock Barrage takes him out, and now DNZ the other direction. Open a TP in time. Got it. So at least he escapes, I guess, but Weehaw, that's a target that the Dire Sides happen to have.
Tiny lull. It is true, though. That was all because of stats resistance that they got that kill. And then top lane, they do use the black hole. Jonas gets the kill on Boogie with Oliver in the area, trying to create a block with his Eidolons, and he will. Because there's no phase boots here.
Nope. He just sneaks out. Well played by Jonas and Van. As you mentioned, black hole used for that, but worth it. And how about his decision, too? He's had this blink queued up, but he actually just might be going right into the BKB first at this rate. Again, cannot be stopped once he has that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what he does.
Radiant
just gets
structures
the blink.
are fortified.
Pablo, he's got information. Rasta Ward's down. DNZ does not have Epicenter. Ice Blast is not ready either. And yeah, this is going to catch him off guard. The drums activated, the call-downs up there. They just explode Ancient Apparition. And they'll take the tower.
Radiant's middle tower has
Take the
fallen.
easy kill. Use the snakes for another objective. Everything going quite fine. This looks so much like game 1, though. They did this exact same kind of fluid flowchart Dota where it's like, okay, we have done this. We will now go and do this. And then that is something that can be well read, and Penta did a very good job of that because they TP'd in really good rotations to get kills and counters, but Boogie gonna try and ult out. He should be okay this time.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's a little bit
attack.
further, so yes, but at the same, I mean, 7,000 net worth lead. It does feel like it's on another level this time though for TFT. Things are really looking good across the board. But I guess on the other side, positives. Storm Spirit's Bloodstone, and that's I feel like where it changed last time, right? Where he got the Bloodstone, they won that big fight. He got 4 charges off the bat. And then went the other
Oliver's in a catapult, so I mean, this tower is donezo.
Uh-oh, Walrus Punch.
Dire's
The
middle
Sharded.
tower
Uh-oh.
has
Oh,
fallen.
Oliver.
Oh no, it was a trap. Catapult might
Saving
end up
that
getting him
punch.
killed. Open wounds, looking to turn, at least stay alive. There's the punch. Rage wearing off, and there's the shackles.
I'll take your tribute.
Well done. He dies.
Oh, can they get Mihal though? Just make it all worth. He's trying to find out where he zips, but no. Too far, Jonas.
Dire's
There.
bottom
Blink is
tower
picked up
is
by
under
Enigma.
attack.
Can't go dying like that for old Oliver. So yeah, he does get it, eh? Okay.
Yeah. So has that jump now, and the BKB is going to be quickly followed. Again, he continues to be up there in the net worth behind Gyro, who's just godlike when it comes to his farm this game. But and speaking of that, yeah, the Axe is done on Frost, so he's got, as you kind of put it, essentially kind of a free double damage ring that's always active.
Dire's
Interesting way to look at
structures are
it.
Fortified. Dire's top tower is under
1.1 seconds.
attack.
So his current attack rate is 0.94. So yeah, it's almost at a DD. He just attacks a little bit faster. But yeah,
Dire's top tower has
it's
fallen.
something. I mean, you can't control it, but there's also no summons to be concerned about this game. It would just be creeps. So there's some value there. It does make you really tanky. There are a lot of magic damage on the Radiant side too, so extra HP isn't that bad.
Yeah. And he's helping push this bottom tower. That's something else too. It's an effective tool for sieging as well. Helping to assist to kill the bottom tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has
It's also
fallen.
demoralizing if you lose to Side Gunner Gyro. So that is like another important part of the item, I would
Dire's
say.
top
Yes.
tower is under attack.
The mental victories.
That's another way to look at it there. Alright, Bloodstone's finish on Storm. So this is the key for Penta. Right away they're looking for a kill. Thinking about where to go. They get some vision down in the ancient area. Again, top
They're
lane.
looking. Yeah.
It's just Tusk
I
though.
think it's Enigma they want. but
Radiant are
where
scanning.
he be? Alright, they're just going back. They're just going to settle. They're like, you know what? Fine.
We'll kill Tusk. Ugh. There you go. Well, Snowball will delay this. TP's coming in. He goes in. Pablo, Walrus Punch, Wee's in trouble. The Burrow Strike does hit to save him at least. No Black Hole coming out just yet. Fojonas, but they're still chasing Weehouse, still zipping away. They lose Oliver in the midst of this fight. How did he live? And not only that, they're turning all this. DNZ in trouble over here. The Black Hole actually catches Weehouse. Do they have the follow-up damage? That's a question. Yes, they do. They take him out back over to Sand King. I mean, he's still alive for now, but he's probably dead. Frost will finish it.
Dire's
The
bottom
catch.
tower
Did he
is
like
under
randomly
attack.
black hole there, hoping?
Dire's
Yeah,
structures
he
are
just
fortified.
caught him in the TP animation, like, barely. Oh my god. They were not ready for the blink there from
Dire's
Eos. They were not ready for the
bottom
quick
tower is
response.
under attack.
It was very clear that Final Trap had read exactly what that
Dire's
play was,
bottom
right? They
tower
were out
has
there
fallen.
baiting DNZ. I am surprised they didn't have enough damage to bring him down instantaneously, but I guess it was because RMN was still so far away that the Ice Blast didn't connect first. And then the
Dire's
Snowball
bottom
Dodge
tower
came
is
out.
under attack.
And did he end up living?
Yeah,
survived through all
everyone
of that?
survived on TFT.
Oh yeah, I said DNZ. Sorry, I meant Pablo.
Double damage.
Oh,
Sorry, too much DNZ Tusk today. But anyway,
true, yeah.
the Ice Blast wasn't there fast enough to kill Pablo.
He lived. That was impressive play. And again, TFT, great turn on their part. And something else, too, to keep in mind. Again, Underlord was not there that fight either. He was pushing out bottom, you know, while the rest of the team was smoked up. And he actually even went the Aether Lens first, which in itself is a little curious to me. Underlord's an... I get the idea of the item on the hero, but prioritizing an Aether Lens, though, I don't know. That seems off
He's
to me.
just so poor. Like, he wanted something so he could actually, like, use Pit during fights and everything.
Well, they were pissed
Nice
off. Take out two.
Where's the body?
And here's Underlord.
I'm here, guys.
Yeah.
He uses ultimate as well, so they have bailout potential.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, nice. He's hit the 385 movement speed with his Tranquil, so he gallops. Moo was mentioning how this is very important for Underlord players. So you'll notice once his Tranquils come back online, he will gallop everywhere rather than just walking.
Oh.
Yes, it is, again, another kind of
Dire's
moral
top
victory.
tower
Moves
is under
insight,
attack.
always top
Yeah.
notch. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
the line.
Give me that gallop. Give me that sweet, sweet gallop, Boogie.
Move, damn it.
There we go. Oh, look at that gallop.
Dire's top tower has
It is
fallen.
legendary. He doesn't just walk. He's a beautiful stallion.
Galloping at you, and that's got to be... those nerves are ticking now for TFT. All right, well,
Dire's
Jonas Van
top
back up. The
tower is under
BKB,
attack.
it's almost finished. Just needs the pattern. And then again, has that free black hole presence. Oh, several items picked up there. Kaya, the follow-up for Storm Spirit yet again. Similar to the last game, but again, the biggest difference this time, he died right away with the Bloodstone. He's got a couple charges back at least. But still, TFT in control. And actually, speaking of Aether Lens, Shadow Shaman on the other side, that to me makes a lot more sense, right? Where this is a hero that really benefits.
And when you get level 15 too, he's got the 25% or the 20 XP rather, and then you get into the 125 cast range with an Aether Lens. It is absurd.
Yeah, we'll see those long-range nets coming out, and for a hero like Storm Spirit on the other side, anything you can get to help lock him down. So Tiny, it was kind of an in-between. We were mentioning what was potentially his build was going to be. He went the drums, but then he went Blink.
This smoke just got 100% scouted because he used Ether Shock from the fog, and Sand King pinged that out. And they're saying, like, why would he be standing there, like, in the fog like this? I think they know for sure they were smoking it down mid.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting. Why would he go... Sorry, you're saying the Blink? I think they just need it, honestly. But the drums first, which is kind of helpful for like roaming farming. Maybe because like you have a Midas Enigma who's not ready to fight at that point.
Yeah. Learn ya.
And then you go back to the Blink. But, yep, another quick grab there for Frost. 7-0-3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Impressive game for him. It's been that way. The net worth continues to be on top as well. 13,000 net worth. And Storm Spirit next in line 11.3. Enigma hitting level 15, gets that cooldown reduction. They jump down, Copter right here. There's the Black Hole response, though. He gets a couple, including Lifestealer. And Lifestealer could end up dying through it, most likely. Yes, they also killed Sand King. He saw Underlord. He actually went in with a Dark Rift to try to help save his teammate. Now Weehaw flying around, getting to the spam, pulling him in with a Vortex. We'll finish him off at least. But again, damage definitely done by TFT, and they should be able to secure the tower kill as well.
Radiant's middle tower.
This is where, you know, if shrines were still a thing on this high ground, they would shrine up the Storm Spirit, they'd zip him with an Ice Blast, they'd have another kill. Let's just all be thankful shrines are gone.
Yes.
Not a thing.
In the base, absolutely.
Middle tower has
Storm was so broken at that point too. My God.
Yeah, a lot of heroes were at that point. Not a fun mechanic, and that's why they took it out. It's a game after all, damn it. We should have had fun.
Yeah, that's right.
So
eventually. We can call Dota fun.
We get there.
Got it.
Enigma, he died though, but again, he did his job. Black Hole, and obviously with the BKB, they can't stop it. So good catch from him. Storm Spirit though, staying alive at least, and working on an Orchid now. This is next item.
Yeah. They have quite the line here. Up through here, into fight here. If they get a pick off and they get roached with this Deso, get the Aegis on top of Weehaw, this game is back in victory territory for the Radiant. Right now, I don't know, Weehaw venturing off pretty far to get this wave. Shows on it. Dire scan up here. Wondering if it's safe to kind of hold this area, so that's what they're going to do. So I guess we're going to start getting a little bit of a vertical kind of split here, you know. Radiant are going to go this way, they come down here.
I can't see my minimap now.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm quite the artist.
No, it's very, very well done, though. You know, I will say you use that feature more than anyone I know, and it's great.
Very important.
It is. It's great, and I'm glad you do, because it's
need to communicate
in the game for a reason.
Oh, look at that ward!
Yeah.
That was alright. Remember when they drew that line to the smoke to get this vision down? Because I want a ward right here.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Armin was saying, and that ward spots the smoke defense.
Oh, they spotted it, but can they stop it? Ancient Apparition goes down. The Roshan is getting low. Uber is activated. TNC sum up. Pro strikes. Oh, what? The Uber's going to get off? No, yes, it will at the last second. But they lose Lifestealer, and the Aegis was taken by Pablo, actually, on the Tusk. So, but the point is, they keep it out of the hands of the Radiant.
Dude, he is going to blink in so YOLO with this Aegis.
Yeah, might as well.
The dream. Oh, well. Spotted the smoke, but yeah, not enough. And can't even get the wave.
Yeah, kill
The back door is gone.
There's Roshan, or not, the wards. Rasta wards, that's what I was going to say. Pushing with Roshan, could you imagine? Era, he tosses him in, actually. Emerson comes to return, but now comes a Black Hole as well. Locking them down. Weehaw was not caught in it, though. He zip-zaps around. Tusk, Aegis is going to respawn, but again, it was on Tusk. So, not the biggest deal in the world if you're the Radiance. I don't know, Weehaw, maybe it is. He gets stun locked, but he gets the zap off at the last second. The Urn is put out, though. The attack from the ward and the Ice Shard. So, Pablo makes use of the Aegis. He takes out Weehaw in the end as they are retreating.
Easy cleanup from Whiskey, the Penguin. Probably the best cosmetic in Dota 2. Thank you very much, Pablo.
That Ice Shard.
That's a pretty tall order, I'm sorry. But I am a big fan of Whiskey. Makes a little igloo. Real good. Final Tribe, also real good. excellent take on that Roche. Get themselves a tier 3. And we can start taking down these shrines whenever inside the jungle. They're even sitting with a haste rune here too. So if you're Radiant, everyone's respawning. What's the goal? More Bloodstone charges. But you don't really want to, you know, they have to shovel all their lanes. It's kind of easy for Final Tribe to read what they're doing. Weehaw has to show on waves because it's kind of their best way to push them out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a huge epicenter from Sand King.
It was. Yeah. Probably saved it, honestly.
Well, that it helped kill Gyrocopter in the midst of that fight. Again, he did not have the Aegis, as we knew, so that at least it gave Penta a fighting chance in that hold, which they did. I mean, they lost tier 3, but the rack's, of course, an important thing, just considering what happened right before that. But Gyrocopter's back up, and he changed his mind, actually. He had a butterfly queued up, but now he's going the Eye of Scotty instead. Is that better synergy, I guess, with the axe?
A little bit. I don't know. It's like, again, it's just doubling down on the huge HP and all the magic damage, but there's also the point where, like, you get so much HP up against AA, how great is it? You know, he still has that percent-based damage wearing him down. He is level 12 now, too. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. The higher you are, though, I guess the better it's still going to be. They don't really have any way... Oh, they do have percent-based damage, too, from the Underlord as well. So there is, like... There's a lot of magic damage, but there's also a lot of percent-based stuff that kind of negates the value you get from flat HP up against it. It's kind of interesting. Not to mention just, you know, Lifestealer. Obviously one of the bigger ones, but... Bit of a tough call. However, Scotty's very good against Underlord, Sand King, and Lifestealer. They're all in the midst of things. So, can't really hate on him for his decision.
Aeon Disc. Aeon Disc picked up by Enigma, and he has the black hole. Whoa, that was Underlord dead.
That's Era Tiny right there. Instantly obliterates someone. Perfect blink in, toss back. Those kind of plays you need.
DNC.
Speaking of plays.
Yeah, he's trying to make some plays, distracting us. Meanwhile, you look at the top base, this is why. He's distracting. Look what's going on up here. The Mantherax is dying. Pablo TP's in. Gets the Hex up on a Lifestealer. Snowball's hit on the Weehaw while caught out here. The whole team is here all of a sudden. Lifestealer will end up exploding. And they will save the racks because of that. So they get middle. They save their top. That was a decision by Penta to try to kind of backdoor against them. But they were ready for it, at least react in time, as they're going to pause shortly after.
Sec Discord. See what happened there was the Discord message did not get through that he needed the back on Lifestealer. And so he's dead.
Good transferring of the blame there by Weehaw. Excellent work.
Must have been it.
But despite going back and defending,
these snakes clean up mid. So, Final Tribe feeling good. This is, again, much like Game 1, but things are going according to plan. They're not getting outsplit pushed by Weehaw. They didn't come online like crazy with the Bloodstone. This is more what they were looking at with their previous attempt at this strategy.
Yeah, black hole for Enigma. Still ready to go. And now with the Aeon Disc, and he has an Octarine core even now queued up, so
Got it.
more cooldown reduction already with the level 15 talent on top of that. And actually, you know, with that one, the Octarine, that's actually going to help out the Aeon Disc as well. Speaking of that item, so not one you typically think about when it comes to CDR impacting it, but
yeah. I mean, it is kind of crazy how long the cooldown is. I mean, he already has the 15% cooldown, and it's still at 85.
yeah.
And then that's just going to help you even more if you can get to the Octarine.
Underlord pushing out top lane. He's working on finishing his Shivas, which definitely will be a nice tool to have. But Gyro's, he can pick up his Eye of Scott here almost. Just about there. Okay, well, yeah, he had enough. Never mind. Math. It ain't a math. Here we go. Eye of Scotty in his inventory.
Dyer's bottom
Push tier 2 with that. Weehaw, though, bottom lane. He actually has a regen rune bottled up.
Yeah. Maybe hoping someone will come back and defend.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Play with that, but for now they're not. They're instead still sticking out the top lane. Although Rasta is going back, so maybe that could be a free kill. Although more TPs, never mind.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
He cuts a path out for RMN, but he's still gonna die.
He tried.
Like, he tried to zig him like a little tree line. That was pretty cute, but maybe he could have just TP'd, I don't know, back up there? I'm not sure what the plan was.
I was wondering
He was
why.
definitely just trying to keep his regen going. But.
Yeah. He tried. Again, good team effort. But not enough. Ancient Apparition falls. And not only do they stop that bottom tier 2 tower push, but they're going to group up again. But if you're TFT, it does seem a little risky going in right here without maybe the Aegis, so...
Yeah, they're probably just going to poke a little bit, maybe get some wards down on the high ground if they have any. Well, speaking of wards, I guess the Shaman wards are the real thing that they should be looking to get on the high ground, eh? So, maybe we could do that as they start trying to push Weehaw out of this lane for once.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
Glimmer
tower
attempt here
is
from
falling.
Hanskin. It's not going to work, though.
Too quick.
That ward.
That one down here, yeah. Spots them coming, so he's good. But yeah, Weeaw's farm,
Radiant's bottom
he's really
shrine
jumped
has
up. He's
fallen.
actually keeping up with the Gyrocopter now. So he's definitely doing his darnest to carry Penta back into this at least. But, well, very easy, or very hard task, I should say. Oliver, also the Lifestealer bomb with the Storm Spirit. We really haven't seen. We were seeing it earlier on, maybe like a couple or so, but they haven't been making the best of that, unfortunately.
I'm sure he's actually so salty about both of these games that he went armlet. Like,
yeah.
I can just tell he's going to be angry. But maybe they can get it here. Oh, no!
The timing of the stun was perfect, and the black hole will get both of them. Well, right as we're saying how they're not using that combo, they do that.
What happened?
I don't... He got...
I mean, he's an Aeon disc anyway, so, like, what was that zip?
Confidence is what that zip was. Overconfidence.
I mean,
You're
he
right.
is- Yeah, I don't know. He's a BKB. Like, are you gonna Orchid him? Because that's not. Maybe they thought they could zip in and out. I'm not sure.
Well, don't say they. I mean, that was Storm Spirit.
That's right. Yeah,
Lifestealer just
Can't
put
blame
along for
all
the
of
ride.
it.
He's like, I don't know what's going
Radiant's
on.
top tower
He
is
doesn't have any controls in there. He's just along for the ride. Fair enough.
They do have buybacks. Storm Spirit's up at 5. There's the wards, though. Is that level 3 ward? It's level 3 wards. Even Epicenter. There we go. Jumping on Gyrocopter. The Ice Blast through as well, so they might kill him. He pops the BKB for this. They did lose Tusk.
Glimmer.
With that BKB, the Glimmer helping to save as well. The Midnight Pulse put down. Storm Spirit falls again. He has to buy back right here. Doesn't have a choice. He zips right in. Frost is going to probably end up dying because of that. So they at least take him out. But Arrow's still doing the work. Looking to beat down DNC. Will do so. Weehaw finding the Enigma, though. Pulls him back in with a Vortex. So gets a kill there, but... So they're going to clean up here once again, but you look at the big picture, the racks are still destroyed. David Dyer and Ancient Apparition said too. And it
Okay,
was
that's
buybacks.
pretty huge though. That's a lot of dead heroes for one set of racks. I don't know if the experience in gold will be enough. Sadly, obviously the buyback for Weehaw hurts
Yeah.
him pretty heavily. Even with the big kill bounty onto the tiny, with the reductions, he still loses 387 gold. He did a good job of handing a lot of the other kills over, but the tiny was like 8-time kill streak or something. And yeah, would have been a lot better if someone else got it, not the gold reduced storm.
No. Yeah, Storm Spirit, yeah, again with the buyback though, the biggest thing of that. So, behind,
Oliver's dancing in the pit, waiting
I'm
for
over here.
hoping.
what more is there to do in Dota?
This is one of the
Oh
better
no!
shots.
Not the sigil.
Right as he respawns too. So, they have an idea.
And you can't do anything about that. Maybe with the flying vision they can reach it? I don't think you can.
Dyer's middle tower is
Oh,
under
there,
attack.
he needs to zip over. Yeah, he can't get it. He would have to remnant. He can't waste all his mana.
Sigil MVP. It's going to wear off here, but
Did its job.
it got a buyback out of Tiny. So, little bit of a minor victory there for Penta. It's something, but now they cannot be
Minor
Roshan.
victory. Well, we'll see. They have one in the
They
qualifiers.
still have to get there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough task.
Well, I feel like Boogie's about to get sharded and die. Let's find out.
You're wrong. There's no shards.
Oh, Pablo, he waited for the 4-step though. Go, Pablo!
Oliver, there's the shards. It blocks him in and nowhere to go. Another 4-staff. That's not enough, though. Midnight Pulse put down. Jonas Van still has a black hole. I hear the Uber going off. There you go. Dark Road just for himself, but clearly Penta there. Desperate, trying to do anything, but this is going to be a Roshan kill now for the Dire team. Once again.
Shaman's going back home. Radiant has no vision. Enigma's here too. If he comes high ground,
He's dead.
he will die.
Let's
get
Oh,
Yes.
got him. Wards are down. They black hole for this.
Roshan
No,
has fallen
okay.
to the Dire.
He's going to get away. They kill Roshan. Wee's over here, though. He goes into them. They're going to kill Tower Copter maybe as he ages, though. Worst case, so a little bit sloppy, it felt like. But they're going to kill Weeha in the end. He's dead for 80 seconds. And Frost is now back up.
So that was the blink snowball from Pablo to save him because they didn't black hole. Now, you can't... Wait, no, I'm crazy. What am I talking about?
I was going to say...
I don't know how they... He literally just zipped. All right, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
What just happened there?
They didn't black hole. That was
They just
the only
didn't
thing.
layer it. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the plan. They knew it would work. They also knew they're going to get a kill on Boogie. He's dead for 90, no buyback. This should be it. Penta just doesn't have enough firepower. Aeon Disc was popped right there from Jonas Fan.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But again,
attack.
he still has the BKB black hole. That's the Radiant team can't go too deep. They got the epicenter with Lifestealer, so maybe this is going to be the last chance hope. DNZ goes in. They do jump Enigma. Okay, no black hole now. Although he buys back immediately. We'll see how fast he can get back into the fight. Oliver, however, hexed up. Trying to get away. Ain't going to happen. He's locked up with the shackles. In the back lines, DNZ stuns in. Doing his best, but they will lose Oliver. Now DNZ just hides in the sandstorm. Eventually going to take down, it feels like. Armin also being ran into the face.
He's going toe-to-toe.
Really is, actually. They're going to kill Tiny. Okay.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Penta keeping on fighting, man. Now there's the black hole. Jonas Fan comes back. And again, they're going to lose Guido. All right.
Got a little dicey.
We got a reset here. It's essentially going to be now a clean best of 3 on our hands. As we're tied at 1 game apiece.
Long day for old Penta. 3 games, now 5 games, and then they have at least 2 more to go. So you got to imagine maybe that advantage of Final Tribe might start coming into play, especially after a game like that. Like if you've got the momentum rolling, it feels good. But that was a game where like they had the same strat pretty much as game 1, but this time you weren't able to beat it, and so maybe you kind of feel like they figured you out some. You're starting to get tired after your 5th game of the day. Final Tribe maybe will be able to take this momentum now that they've done something successfully in this series and carry that into perhaps a 3-1. Be curious to see if they kind of keep up the same idea of just like super early pressure on these towers. Like you can see the importance they put on it with Enigma and Shadow Shaman.
Good performance from the Final Tribe. Again, Levitt looked clean and said that's a team that we have seen throughout this event especially. And in these last couple of weeks even from TFT. So they tied up 1 game apiece. Again, best of 5 though. So another way to look at it, we got a fresh best of 3. However you want to look at it. The point is we at least have 2 more games. If not possibly a 3rd. It goes the distance. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned on Breaking CBK. Joined by Trent. We got game 3 of this BO5 coming up next.
But yeah, used to be a Hanskin kind of hero, right? In terms of like teams and everything they played with, they would play a lot of Chen.
5 seconds
I know he used to play it, if I'm not crazy.
He came from he played a lot of Ophelia,
Right.
which was the equivalent hero over there, so
Okay.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And so we do get the Lycan. So this was the final tribe, game 1, attempt at Lycan, pushed, boom, 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 taking everything, winning Dota 2. See if Penta have the same thing, or if it's a
10
more
seconds
relaxed
remaining.
sort of style. Maybe more of that like kind of space making for someone else, the
5
EG
seconds
brand of
remaining.
Lycan, if you will. That Omni Knight or Abaddon that Sumail will be playing, and the Lycan's just running around creating space for that hero to be farmed rather than focusing on like destroying the structures now and winning the game now. Let's just set ourselves up for a very easy mid to late game.
Well, so
Dire
got the
team
second
back.
pick now for the final tribe.
Tide
And
Hunter.
Tidehunter, okay. We've been seeing this guy quite a bit today as well.
Every time there's a Lycan,
Yep.
right into the Tide.
Got that
That has been our day.
coincidence there. And yeah, safe to say, not only the Ravage, it's obviously a great turn tool, but his Anchor
10
Smash,
seconds remaining.
really
Radiant
good against the
team
likes of a
back.
Lycan.
It's pretty much nothing that has so much value in that situation. It's like Dragon Knight's okay too with a Fire Breath, but the Tide just stands there. He can sit in a lane, do his thing, and life is good.
So no bans to follow. You see that Viper ban
10
also from
seconds
Penta
remaining.
initially. I know we mentioned that in the previous
Dire
game.
team
So
ban.
taking him out again.
I think
Radiant
Disruptor would be a really good
team
pick for Penta here. Up against the
Wow.
Tidehunter and the Witch Doctor. With the Witch Doctor, you can use Glimpse mid-team fight to help get the, cancel the channeling of the Death Ward. You see that logic? Because it's like such an insane range that you don't really think about Glimpse like that, but it's really good against Bane and Witch Doctor in those
10
situations.
seconds
And then, of course,
remaining.
Stack Storm against Tide is just the dream.
Dire
Yeah,
team
interesting you mentioned Disruptor because as powerful as a hero is as a support, we haven't seen him today, have we? This is
No.
our 6th game here.
He's been extremely popular lately, of course. He was in the last series these two teams played. In fact, Penta went with a Tusk Tide Disruptor or Tusk
10
Disruptor
seconds
combo,
remaining.
and they lost. They also had the Tide in their team, so maybe it was a bit of a protect pick in that sense.
5
But
seconds remaining.
I don't know. Maybe they'll be willing to go back to it. Maybe they won't.
It's up to them ultimately. We can't
Yeah.
tell them. As fun as that would be.
In terms of Penta playing with the Lycan, though, they had the Beastmaster earlier, and he's still in.
Radiant
So we have
team
possibility
pick.
for that.
Disruptor.
And they will take Disruptor.
Hey!
Good choice. Can't really hate on that.
No.
Shaman would have been a possible consideration, though, for sure. You know, with the way Final Tribe just played it, you can see how easy the wards are to maneuver around and base all of your
Dire
pushes
team
off of.
Elder Titan.
Right to the ET. Finally getting this one. Jeez. We talked about it a few times. And
Yeah.
it's been good for them. In fact, in that same game versus the Tusk and Disruptor combo that they used yesterday, they were against the Elder Titan. So they're ready for the counter initiation here.
10 seconds remaining.
How about that? Again, two heroes we actually haven't seen at all today.
5 seconds
An appearance
remaining.
here in this game 3 of this series. Disruptor into
A lot of wombo combo,
Radiant
man.
team pick.
T.
That Tide ET, and we do get our
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster, so they go back to what worked. Was a very good game for them. With that Tinker from Weehaw, but it's been banned out the second phase.
I know I
Find
mentioned
another answer.
the Faceless Void as well with the ET that they had
10
yesterday.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Something else they can
Yeah,
go back
Void's-
to.
The only downside
5
I'd say to Void is that
seconds
that whole Lycan cooldown issue. It's like, I don't know, if you use a Chrono, if you don't have Chrono and they come at your tower, it feels real bad. That would be my only issue with it. But I like watching Void. That's the real thing. This should be the mid hero, I'm guessing. If they have one in mind, they really don't want to get banned. Death Prophet's a little scary against Beastmaster Lycan, just because if she gets roared, she can get blown up pretty fast, but she also combos well with both Tidehunter and Elder Titan, and it's what they used kind of in that big wombo combo strat they had before.
Yeah.
They could just pick Tiny and run him as another era style hero, maybe in the mid or in the safe. He matches up fairly well against both Lycan and Beastmaster, so maybe they could say, okay, now we have two good heroes that can match up against both, sort of, right, with the Tide and the Tiny, but then we also have three melee heroes who are all
Dire
really
team
clumped.
ban.
Geosnipe.
Zeke.
Another new hero for the day. Chaos
He was
Knight.
banned game 1, which I remember thinking like, oh, that's kind of funny. But Final Tribe have been they're into the hero. They were banning it, and
10 seconds
I think
remaining.
all their first series. Yeah, that's right. The first series
5
yesterday, these two
seconds
teams played
remaining.
played against each other. He was banned in all 3 games. Usually later on in the draft, but what are his benefits here? He is super strong single target. He can focus onto someone like that Lycan and just blow them up. They don't have the best illusion clear at all, really.
It's benefits, definitely. I was thinking with the Final Traps, a hero that they usually like as well lately is that Dazzle that they run with, and then you get that in synergy with something like a CK.
Radiant
Very strong,
team
but
ban.
again, they have the Witch Doctor here instead. But
Yeah.
still, reason to
OD
run it.
ban. You know what I don't know. As a Weehaw, in terms of his past heroes, I actually think a Weehaw Ember Spirit would have been really good. But with the CK coming out, it's like maybe a bit scary, just because if he gets
10
caught once, he's going to get
seconds
blown
remaining.
up. But that same idea of the Tinker, of like abusing the Boots of
5
Travel with a
seconds
Lycan and a
remaining.
Beastmaster, being very active across the map, definitely looks like a Ember Spirit kind of game. However, the hero is dead. So, it's just something that comes into mind. If it's worth it, hard to tell. But remember that physical style used to be kind of an answer to like CK and all of his illusions.
Yeah. There's a meme right now on the Dota 2 Reddit about Ember Spirit. It's funny that you mentioned that. About
Really?
The physical Ember versus the magic Ember. It's pretty good.
Back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah.
Did they just ban Dusa? Is that like the only hero that looks really like... I don't know, if they have a Dusa Beastmaster Lycan combo, I'm sure that's fine. You can just kill them anyway.
Mhm.
There must be some other annoying hero for a CK. I mean, they kind of removed the OD themselves.
Radiant team.
No, they will
pick.
ban the Dusa. All right. That would have been kind of a weird trio, but it is obviously very good against CK, especially if she gets the Aghanim's.
I think that's the biggest thing. The fact that nothing else is
Dire
really
team
coming to mind either. They do go Gyro. See, I was wondering about Gyrocopter as well, talking about BM and Lycan over there.
That's a bit interesting. Combos up very nicely, obviously, with all the wombo that they have going on with the ET and the Tidehunter. But there is that back and forth between the Lycan and Gyro. Who counters who?
10
If Gyro
seconds
gets stunned up,
remaining.
Lycan will shred him. But with this huge control, the same thing we talked about before, if you
5
can
seconds
just stun
remaining.
all of his units, Gyro can clean them up very quickly with Flat Cannon, and you have the added benefit of not only being up against a Lycan, but a Beastmaster too. So this Gyro can just kind of eliminate everything.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to be for Era mid? Or are they going to do a dual lane mid with the CK with the Witch Doctor? Either of those would be fine. So they kind of have some options here as to who's going to play well, especially with how well Frost played the Gyro last time. Maybe just feel comfortable throwing him right back on that.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they choose.
Back-to-back games there. But Penta, the Weehaw hero. You figure that's what we're looking for here at the final pick, and it's going to be...
You may now select your heroes.
We get the Weehaw.
The Weehaw hero indeed.
Oh, boy. All right.
We're in there.
We got Meepo yesterday. We've got Storm Spirit a couple times today. Now we get Invoker. That's a treat. That's a treat. But how is Invoker? That's the... kind of like the Meepo yesterday. I was like, okay, I don't even care. We just get to see it. But as we saw that game, it was not too good. But
I feel like Weehaw's going to end up on a side lane again, and we're going to have Oliver mid Lycan. Because do you really want to go mid lane against two heroes? And like they're going to be dual laning probably with, I guess it looks like the Gyro. I thought maybe it would have been the CK just because the stun is so sick. But even with Gyrocopter, like, do you want to go mid as Invoker versus two heroes like that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you are dire side, so maybe it feels a bit safer. But still. Oh, I don't know, dude. I do not have a lot of faith in Invoker pickers. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
It's just, the hero is so slow. They need to perform very well. Now, he does have one of his best friends from the olden days, and that was Beastmaster. Everyone needs to run around, roar somebody, sunstrike them.
Yeah.
Nice way to
Prepare
accelerate
for
your
battle.
Invoker's farm in that early game, get him past that Midas. A lot of people can't even go Midas these days, though. The hero is just so garbo.
I've seen, the few evokers we have seen, that's a good point. I've seen more of like an urn even into like a forest staff, or then you go Ags, like
Yeah.
staying away from Midas altogether, which is really interesting. But with the XOR build, Midas is still okay, and try to get that Ags ASAP especially. And it is going to be a Quas XOR here. I'm always curious too of the possibility of a Quas Wex, but no. No Quaswex here. Get those Sunstrikes online ASAP. Alright, so we're going to see the Invoker, though, as he's scouting out the top bounty route. He sees
30 seconds to
maybe
battle.
the Elder Titan in the area up there.
It's been a very relaxed bounty rune grabbing all series. There's like no fights. Everyone's just chilling out. Mostly like both mids every single game sitting here. The days of mids going and grabbing the bounty runes and TPing back are over. We're off that train.
Alright, so the bounty
The
rune's
battle
picked up.
begins.
It is going to be the 2-2 split. As you mentioned, not a whole lot of fighting going on in the series at the beginning. But lane swap's coming about for Penta. Looks like Boogie's going to head towards top now. Oliver going mid, or bottom, excuse me.
Okay, well, let's see what Weehawk can do here. I mean, there's definitely problems with sending Invoker to the side lane, so I get it. It's like, you know, he doesn't have the jungle to fall back on and just like quickly grab some gold for himself as he finds that Observer War that's playing right on a sentry. Which is great. Excellent work with that sentry earlier. Just left it there for Weehawk.
Tusk is happy with that, and actually Tusk is heading to the middle lane now.
Oh, and that's a fair point too. I guess I didn't think about the fact that they have the Tusk. So in a sense, like, fighting in the mid lane is fine for Penta because they can just abuse that with ice shards over and over. So it actually presents a safer area for Weehawk than a side lane does in that regard.
Okay.
That's neat.
Boogie's going to be solo at the top lane. Going up right now against the Chaos Knight, and Hanskin's in the area. Shocker middle lane. They're going in. Shards. Pablo's locked in a little bit, but he doesn't care. He wants to thwack down Wii a little bit.
They played so tight together too because they just don't want a separation. They don't want like one person sharded in here and one person stuck over here because then they can like work together and focus in from these two heroes. But if they're both up there, you cannot stand. Oh, why did you cancel?
Yeah, was that had to be misclick. I mean, there's no reason to cancel that. So that's a missed opportunity. It's hard to say if it would have absolutely been a kill, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't give him the chance. Well played. Well, more so just good getaway for Invoker, I guess. But bottom lane, you have Tidehunter going up against that Lycan Disruptor.
He's a bit low on regen. He only has 3 tangos. Maybe there's a chance that Disruptor helps spam him down some and actually give a chance for Lycan to get some harass going. DNZ,
I'll dig
that howl though. Hopping into him.
Yeah, that was an actual howl. There's the Sunstrike. It's going to miss, though. The Stomp hit, stopping them in place. The up tilde tackles are missing.
Just what the doctor
And Pablo
ordered.
kicking in with some regen. He will survive. Yeah, Sunstrike just off the mark there.
Double damage.
Weehaw. So, you know, he wasn't stunned in place. It was a matter of he's kind of hoping that he stuck around a little bit longer.
Alright, he's got level 3. Does he go for the YOLO Sunstrike? Is it enough to... Oh, it's only 130 now.
Go
No,
now.
never mind. Oh, it's 162. He would have had enough damage, but yeah, I mean, it's so unlikely. You have no idea which way he went back.
Easy for us to see, but no, it's
But it is Weehaw, so you're like, maybe. You're like, you know, have to wonder. And DNZ, again, doing the ice shards. Definitely not abused enough, I think, by Tusks and Clockwork players. Just pulling back waves at random times, helping to find farm for your allies. Very good stuff.
Yeah. He's going back to regen for now, but we'll be back in to fight soon enough. Bottom lane, again, Tidehunter. He seems like overall he's doing pretty well. You mentioned he's getting a little bit lower on regen, but he's got the wand ready. Still has one more tango left. He's going to hit level 2 Kraken Shell here soon. So, managing to be pretty good off. And Oliver even feeling a little bit of damage from running at him. Middle lane. Looks like the stomp actually missed there. So Invoker just simply walks away.
That puts him at 10-4 now versus the 1980 with Gyro. Not too bad. He's keeping up the levels. I mean, because they're dueling this whole time, he's actually ahead of the Gyro, which isn't that surprising, but only by a little bit. That's certainly not a big deal. DNZ, speaking of levels, still stuck at level 1. He's been doing a great job of recovering after 10 minutes. Like, I feel like every time I hit 10 minutes, DNZ's level 3. And then suddenly, at like 16 minutes, he's level 8 or something. I don't know how he does it, but he has recovered very fast every single game.
Gold for me.
Black Cannon used right here. Gyrocopter's pretty far up, though. They wanted to take advantage of that. A sharp block coming out. Kinetic Field as well. Arrow's definitely trapped in here. Sunstrike is going to avoid that somehow. And actually, the stop will save him. I didn't think he was getting out of there any chance. And he somehow does.
Oh, I know he got nerfed, but he's really out of practice.
Yeah.
They can't quite find those connections. And, I mean, obviously, it's not easy to do, but you're just so used to it being, like, flawless from Weehawk in most games.
Invoker being run down. Stomp hits, homing missile, and he gets first blooded after all of that.
Wow, that's our first blood. Wow.
Yeah, I know. We've had so many close calls by the dire side, but again, a couple of these missed sunstrikes. You're right. And let's be honest, like the first one wasn't the easiest. This one, a little bit easier. It seemed like it was late to come out. I don't know if it wasn't invoked for whatever reason or whatever, but he missed it, and that's what ends up happening in the end. So, I'm sure he would even say, not the prettiest. But, game moves on. Struggle is going to continue. Middle lane as they roll in, actually. Maybe gets a chance right here. Cold Snap's put up. And actually, DNC is the one that's getting low, too. Hanskin will end up falling. Armin credit for the kill, but they lose DNC in response. Support for support.
Okay, well, trying to get something back. As long as the kill goes on Invoker, that would be good, but it does not, so it's kind of eh. Weehawk doesn't benefit too much from it, and he is thinking about that Midas, so we'll see if we get it. I mean, he's been doing a very good job of just, like, retreating to the jungle, farming, and getting to the items that he wants. He's done it on the Storm Spirit. He did it eventually on Tinker, so as long as he can get somewhere closer to the Storm or somewhere in the middle, should be relatively okay.
I feel like Frost this whole series, this goes back to what I was saying though, you know, from what I know from history, this is what he does. He just farms, and he's so good at killing creeps and getting that CS, and he's 39 and 23 up here.
Yeah, I can really appreciate the denies. Like, 6 1/4 on him, Boogie's 4 3/4. And that just means that 6 minutes in, it's harder for supports to rotate up here and get kills with Boogie. He's not going to have a roar for so long.
We're rolling on Frost. Kinetic field is up as well. A little bit of an issue, but DNZ, oh, the Maledict, it's wearing off.
Cut me through! Let me in!
Help me! There you go.
It was nice of you.
That was probably what he sounded like right there, because, yeah, that was a desperate play to get the hell on out. Middle lane, Arrow goes down, but so does we. A bit of a dive, it seems like, from the Radiant side. As Pablo, though, great charge.
Tough games today from DNZ and Pablo, looking so good.
But back to the point, though, this is going to be a very quick armlet on Chaos Knight with the early Treads wand. And we'll see what he makes happen with that.
You know why these Tusk games have looked so good is that no one's picking the anti-Tusk heroes. It's like being ignored in a sense in the draft. Like, earlier today in our first series, we had a couple pucks and stuff that we were able to like jump away, and like we've had lifestealers and everything, but overall, there kind of is enough damage that if you can't get over the shards, you know, you're not a PL, you're not a Puck, a Mirana, a Queen of Pain or something, they're pretty much just dying. And DNZ's in again.
Arrow may be dying right here. The stomp, though, saved the day initially. Again, the Sunstrike's going to whip and actually turn potential with that flat cannon, the Rocket Barrage in the face. DNZ, he will go down here. So that was a great turn in favor of the Radiant side. And Boogie top lane. Look at that. Chaos Knight pops his Phantasm. Reality rips him in and gets the kill.
The absolute dream is Chaos Knight. Using your first Phantasm to get a kill and pressure the tower. Tons of damage here. Plus, you got the extra roll for the bonus Phantasm.
He's fine. A lot of pressure, though.
Yeah, gotta find some of these old Sunstrikes, man. That's a big problem with Invoker. He is literally hit or miss in terms of how you're gonna get your Midas and how your game's gonna go.
Well-gotten gains.
And once again, we talked about how Beastmaster used to be a good friend of Invoker. Lots of roars into Sunstrikes, but Boogie being so low leveled, 8 minutes in, can't even set up for like a quick grab. He is gonna get 6 from this stack though. So they might be able to find something as Weehawk comes bot with a DB, and it's still not enough to do anything to Jonas.
How about Jonas, by the way? Helm of the Dominator is
Love
going
it.
to be his
Nice
choice.
Dota.
He is going up against a Lycan, which I guess you can argue is good against him, to kind of take his own
whatever
creeps.
creep he brings, take it. Yeah.
Way to look at it. Tusk, he's a little too far, right? Maybe not. Okay, the sleep actually missed. And so now they're backing up. Yeah, he was deep right there, so this might find him in the ass. There's that Sunstrike, but it's not enough for the kill, actually. The Ravage comes out, and they lose Beastmaster Disruptor. They eventually killed Hanskin, but a double kill for Era.
Is under attack.
It's all said and done there.
Yeah, not the happiest exchange, you know. You're not like, yeah, sick, we got the Witch Doctor, and all it cost us was our offlaner and a support, guys. Invoker didn't even get the kill. Again, the Sunstrikes just aren't quite there yet.
Methinks you wanted that.
Very difficult game so far for him.
Oh, they're tying. He's taking over the mid farm meanwhile. Gonna get some more experience. But Jonas goes up top. Again, he has that the Helm of the Dominator.
Really good with CK on your team, too. That attack speed aura. Great hero to have.
We saw, I don't know if it was Jonas, we definitely saw Tidehunter in these last couple of days go the Helm of the Dominator as well, so just this item is being seen more and more lately, it seems like, these last couple of weeks, and for whatever reason, it's just like, maybe it's like Mask and Madness also dying off, perhaps helps with that a little bit, but
it's just, it's so strong. The fact that it gives the creep 425 move speed is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And as he said, like, he just stole that troll from Lycan. That was his troll.
Okay.
And he just, like, walks up and takes it, so that is rather irritating. And it gives Tidehunter a teamfight contribution when he doesn't have Ravage.
Reality Rift is the... I probably mention this every time I cast a Chaos Knight, but it just never ceases to amaze me. The range on Reality Rift. To help finish
and
up
the
Tuskblade.
-7 armor reduction when it's maxed out, too.
Yeah. Lycan took his
a lot
troll
of
back,
damage.
by the way.
Oh, good.
The Battle of the Helm of the
Dire's bottom
Dominators.
tower is under
Custody
attack.
battles are really rough, man. You know, it's really the child you have to think of. You
That
can see
troll.
Troll is really hurt right now. It's difficult.
They get back
And then
to
when
the
that
bottom.
troll has children of his own, the Ray's dead,
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
gonna have a harder
Dire's
life.
structures
It's
are
really a
fortified.
cycle of abuse that comes with it.
No one wants those skeletons, though.
No, things have.
They can go die in a
No
corner.
one's fighting for them. You're fighting to not take those things home. They make a lot of noise. They rattle everywhere. Really disgraceful.
It's been a long day already.
Can someone roar
Radiant's
somebody?
top
Boogie,
tower is
my
under
boy.
attack.
I need a Sunstrike kill right now. I need. Here we go. DNZ, YouTube. Is that a smoke coming? That's a smoke coming. See, he's on the page. Let's get this done.
He wants to help his buddy out. Get another Sunstrike kill. Or get a Sunstrike kill, I should say. Frost. Bottom lane, I mean, that would be a big target to take
He's
out.
big. He's beefy.
Yes, literally a big target.
I don't think they can
Advantage.
kill him.
Probably a tough call. They're in the area. Speaking of smoke, actually, the Radiant team's smoking up themselves, though. And Jaro running with the rest of the team. The Dire team, they could be in for a bit of a surprise. At the bottom lane, they're going right into Disruptor.
Hello.
Yeah, Static Storm, okay, it does hit Witch Doctor at least. Sunstrike on Witch Doctor, but again, the damage is just not enough. He's trying Shapeshift. Oliver's going in for this. This is pretty deep, though. They're going to kill Huskin. He got the Death Ward off, however. Snowball in. Out comes a Ravage, however. Connects on to Tusk. Did not connect on the Beastmaster. It didn't matter, though. Double kill for Era. Flat cannon call down. Pretty
Oliver
good.
does die.
Dire's
was running
top
for
tower
so
is
long.
under attack.
Oh, he died to the
The
Maladies.
shrine was down, so he couldn't. He couldn't heal there, so he just kept running top, and the last tick barely killed him.
Dire's bottom tower is under
That's
attack.
unfortunate. Well, not if you're Witch Doctor, though. He's quite happy, I'm sure.
Dire's
58
bottom
gold.
tower has fallen.
So they get bottom tower. 7,000 net worth lead. This is... Oh, damn.
Did you see that play mid?
No, I caught it as this is happening, though. But the Earth
They,
Splitter
they
missed.
tried to do a really cute setup where Pablo slept up, and he did the Fisher here, and you're like, oh, that's weird. Why is he doing the splitter that direction? Because Evoker's running this way, and the CK turned up to try and pull him into it, but he got off the Ghost Walks. Then they hit a Sentry, and then they killed him. But, you know, the really clever
It wasn't as
wombo
flashy.
combo. Yeah, exactly. It could have looked so much sicker.
Dire's middle tower
Didn't get the
is under
style
attack.
points there, but
Dire's middle
oh
tower
well.
has fallen.
Life moves on. They do
Killing
have an
Boker.
8,000 net worth lead, though. He did just get his Midas. Died shortly after that. Again, the struggle continues for him.
And again, pretty
Dire's middle tower is
heavy
under
early
attack.
game leads.
For Final Tribe now in all 3 games. This is now the biggest one, I think. I think last game it was 6K, and the game before was like 5 or something around this point.
Radiant's
So
bottom tower is
slowly
under
progressing into an even better state for them. But you know, traditionally that was always what people said about Weehaw. I don't mean to like fully pin this on Weehaw, but it's interesting that now he's on this team. It is like getting to that point where he was always someone who was never shining in the laning phase. And part of that was his hero pool because he was given things like Storm Spirit and Invoker that don't necessarily dominate.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower is under
he's not
attack.
known for his laning mechanics. It's more of that mid-late game. Get a kill with Mara on the Boogie.
Belong in the sky.
Iron Man is in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, he's trying to get out. He's not
Radiant's
TPing though
bottom
initially.
tower is under attack.
He decides to wait a little bit, and they find him hiding in the bushes. So they get him killed as well. A couple more adding to the bounty list. 10,000 net worth lead. Now for the final tribe, you have Lycan. He's still trying to finish that level 1 Necronomicon, which actually he does get right there finally. But progress being
Dire's
made.
top tower is under attack.
Hera? Okay, he's gonna run right into them. He's fast, puts the call out, says screw it, I gotta fight this. Walrus punch in the face, that's gonna be enough damage though,
Dire's
so
top tower is
patience
under
there.
attack.
Yeah, and that is where that counter of like this idea of Gyro versus Lycan, it doesn't look true at all.
Radiant's bottom tower
And he just
is
got
under
shredded,
attack.
just a single stun
Radiant
from a
structures
tusk.
are
And
fortified.
this guy has flat cannon and everything firing away, but it can't do anything to all those summons. Not that quick, at least.
Chaos
Radiant's
Knight
bottom
though, he's got
tower
an
is
Echo
under
Saber,
attack.
has a level 2 Phantasm as well. So even potentially another illusion gonna be created. But he is hitting very hard and looking for a fight. He also has the Alpha Wolf sticking to him.
Is Jonas gonna live down here? Because this is why you pick Tide against Lycan.
Radiant's
This-
bottom
This just
tower
works
is
out.
under
Like they
attack.
have 3 heroes here, and they can't kill this Tide Hunter.
No.
Because he has Ravage. Like that right there just perfectly exemplifies why every draft you guys see this Tide Hunter get picked after. Great draft top. Yeah, that's right.
You're not
He
turning
still has
this.
Phantasm. You better run.
Yeah, that was Boogeyman. I mean, if there was more heroes here, maybe, but there was just him at that point.
There was a 400 damage Sunstrike, but it wasn't going to be enough.
True. Vicious plays. Mean death to them. 2 heroes dead there.
Gold for me.
And I'm rotating middle lane. Other Titan's coming in.
Dire's
Slowing
top
down
tower
Leon at
is
least.
under
Stop's
attack.
gonna miss though.
Radiant's middle
Doesn't have his Ghost
tower
Walk
is
invoke.
under
Yeah, there we go. He's gonna use it right here to the other vision now though. Ravage is ready. They don't have the vision though. The dust
must
was
have
out of
just
range.
missed.
Yeah. So he manages to escape.
Well gotten gain.
Dire's
Needed for
top
Penta.
tower
Another
has
death
fallen.
on him. Just would have just really snowballed this out of control, it feels like. But he stays alive, so. Trying to
They
keep
took top
recovering.
just with the Phantasm illusions, though. And now he gets
For
that Blink Dagger. Love this Blink pickup by Frost. I think just keep this momentum rolling. You're so far ahead. Don't let this Evoker get anything. Try and just keep
Dire's middle tower
destroying
is
this
under
Dire
attack.
side. And now Jonas playing so far forward. Has the Arcane Rune. Would love to ravage a core right now. Like, please fight me.
Anyone now? Last second. No. No, he should just use it. Just in despair. Value. Got the Ravage off.
I think that's right.
Dire's middle tower has
Tier 2
fallen.
tower dead. Bottom tier 1, but here comes Jonas and Fan. He's got that Ravage 4-staff Ravage.
Run, Boogie.
I don't even need Ravage. What am I saying? He gets the tower
Radiant's
kill,
bottom
so
tower has fallen.
that's the good news.
Radiant's top tower
His
is
life
under
will be
attack.
lost. That Beastmaster has a Quelling
Radiant
Blade and a Soul Ring.
structures are fortified.
And brown boots. Not where you want to be.
Beastmaster not working out too well right now.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Top lane, that reality rift. Oh my god. The damage. The Chaos Strike. It's like one hit with the Echo Saber and it's just, his life just went away.
And now he's
Yeah, yeah,
blinking
yeah.
everywhere,
Dire's
too.
bottom tower is under attack.
Invoker,
Radiant's middle
how's that
tower
axe coming
is under
along? He
attack.
almost has it. Axe is, anyone would agree, of course, is a game changer of sorts. on
Yeah, for
Invoker.
sure. Especially if you get it before you lose Rax. Pretty huge high ground item.
Elder Titan, Sunstrike. Okay, not enough to get the kill himself, but DNZ does secure it.
But with all those heroes bottom stack storm used, we're going to the pit because we have the -7, we have Gush 2.
The reality rift area. He's got it here. So, gonna be a Roshan kill. No chance for the Penta to stop him. Maybe a Sunstrike Scalp, but it's not even gonna happen.
Radiant are scanning.
Both teams scanning at the same time, actually. Different areas. But that's gonna be an Aegis. I'm guessing you give it. Do you give this to Jaro, actually? Yeah.
Roshan
Probably
has
just
fallen
because
to the
of
realm.
yeah, makes sense.
Radiant's middle
Either
tower is
would
under
probably be
attack.
fine, just because on the other hand, you also play really aggressive with the CK, so you could say that he could just jump in and blow people up even without his ulti or something. But
Elder Titan has his own helm with the Dominator now. Alright. Tide and ET, both with one. So we can both take over the Lycan helm with the Dominator. That's that
Pretty
guy.
comical, actually. I mean, you get the wolf, or rather, you get the Beastmaster summon, whatever he has, and then
Oh, true, yeah.
take whatever Lycan has. It's great. They have figured it out.
Stop it, Arrow. He's working on a BKB, so he has the H for bottom lane. Reality Rift, if you can get a range. Just out of range. Although the Astral Spirit's still chasing. Troll? He maybe net somebody? Nope. Still on cooldown. So these guys over here are trying to still make some plays while Gyrocopter is again farming up his BKB. But once he has that, going to feel pretty confident, pushing as a team perhaps. Blink has picked up on Beastmaster, so we mentioned his inventory was pretty
Yeah, he's found though.
fair.
The troll.
He's caught. Phantasm Army spawn. You see him avoiding the snowball though. Just the illusions on top of the Ravage, destroying the dire side. Oh my god, that Ravage was godlike.
I can't believe he even caught Boogie in the sidelines in the tree, and now the pullback, the triple kill for the godlike Frost. I mean, he pretty much called his last game godlike too, honestly, on that Gyrocopter. He's just playing so well these past couple of games. This game feels real over unless Invoker makes some insane plays on the high ground. Like, we're still sitting with Aegis right now.
Dire's bottom
True.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, it doesn't even need a BK. Oh, well, the BKB was just finished too, so it's going to be delivered. Frost even has a, that's how you like to call it, message smarts Reaver. But no, the Reaver towards the heart. It's 20 minutes in. This game feels like it's so much later because of all these items coming out, but it's not the
Dire's
case.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're insanely firm. 12k, 12k, and then 10k.
Dire's bottom
So
tower
they got to try something. The dire side, that is. The stomp, though, hits. Invoker included. DNC goes down. You see Frost goes right for Invoker. And Invoker just stun locked the whole damn time. Buyback on a tusk. The casket's bouncing around. Help set up a couple more. I mean, this is a best of 5. Penta, you might want to make a stop.
To the bottom.
I mean, I'm a pretty big Pablo fanboy, not gonna lie. Met him a couple times, great guy, think he's an excellent player, followed his career since he first started like getting into like the scene of Dota. But man, these sleeps have been so good. Like, every time they had any sense of aggression on Penta, he was there for the counter initiation, especially that big fight in Tier 1 mid lane near the start of the game where you're trying to get this ball rolling so that you have 4 heroes that can go and fight and gank and take structures while Invoker farms. And that got shut down so hard. Like, just stomp after stomp, setting up these plays where he just scouted out on the sideline there too with the troll to then just take down Boogie so there's no counter initiation play. Like, everyone just played exceptionally well from Final Try this whole game. But in light of the amazing stuff, like 3-0-12 tied, 10-0-3 on the CK, 13-10 on the gyro, it's easy to see how amazing the cores were. But definitely a special shout out, I think, to how Paulo was playing that ET.
Again, we all know the Weeha Invoker, the godlike hero combo player that he is, but this seemed similar to the Meepo yesterday. It's like, as fun as it is to see him play these heroes, they seem a little forced, right? And like, there's a reason we don't see Invoker. You even mentioned that as the draft happened, it's like, sure, okay, it's good, but the match maybe not the best. We don't see him a lot in general. Did that really shine there, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised. I don't know. It's like the Meatball, as you said. It's kind of like, it's so high risk, high reward that when it looks good, it's going to be amazing. But there's a reason no one else picked this hero. And if you have a bad game, it's going to look real trash. That was looking real trash.
So,
if you don't get those early Sunstrikes, man, like, the hero's so slow. It's very much a team coordination effort, but they made it work with the Storm in Game 1, which can kind of run into some of the same problems. Didn't work in Game 2. Perhaps maybe they'll try and maybe even pick up the Queen a bit earlier? Like, is there a chance they even like try and grab a Queen first phase, which gets banned every time anyway?
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe try and give Weeha better mid lane, some sort of a Dominator hero.
All right, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, we got game number 4 going to be coming up now. The Final Tribe, trying to close out the series, send themselves to the GESC Indonesia minor that is, or will Penta be able to force that 5th and final game? I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Trent Pack. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 4, the Final Tribe versus
10
Penta
seconds
Sports.
remaining.
Here in this best of 5, this is the grand finals here for the European
5
region.
seconds remaining.
Penta, or the Final Tribe, excuse me, they're on the verge of possibly qualifying for the minor event that is. It'd be their first minor of the season. Penta trying to force that 5th and final game. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Trent once again. Here we go. Could this be it? They're on a 2-game winning streak. Final Tribe is looking good.
The momentum.
That they do.
Yeah, momentum so high right now.
Dire team,
Game 1, that's kind of what we said though, right? Like
Radiant
after they won Game 2, it was a really good win. And it was like, I feel like, I don't know, I felt like Final Tribe were going to carry that to the 3-1 victory. And we'll see if they can actually get it done here. They're going to wind up with the AA for themselves
Dire
here.
team
Comboed
back.
up with the Tiny.
Razor.
So I do like that quite a bit.
Got a Razor, though, second pick for Penta. I mentioned yesterday, we did see,
Radiant
or I
team
mentioned
back.
about the previous day, even that was, we had Weehaw getting a Rampage on this hero. That was against Double Dimension.
Dire team ban.
But obviously just a powerful hero in general. And they decided to snatch it up with their second pick. But Omni Knight, of course, being banned out way back then.
All right, is this it? Is Queen going down? Are we picking Queen? What's happening? Where's Tusk? Tusk is also MIA.
10 seconds remaining.
So Final Tribe will probably pick Tusk. Tusk or
5
ET?
seconds remaining.
Probably Tusk, I feel like.
ET did pretty good for them last game.
Radiant
But,
team
definitely.
ban.
Oh, they're going to ban the Tusk. So that means the Queen of Pain is still in potentially for Weehaw if this ends up being a safe lane Razor.
Yeah.
Dire
Go
team
that direction. There's the OD ban from Penta. And now
So
Black
Elder
Wolf's
Titan,
trying.
Sand King is still in. Definitely still good with the AA. Any more single target folks to help out with this Ancient Apparition?
10 seconds remaining.
Because like AA is probably one of the best 5s for single targets. So is Witch Doctor, also
5
quite
seconds remaining.
It's not really worth going with the Rubik up against Razor Witch Doctor, not revealing anything too nice to steal yet, so ET looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna hate them if they go for it.
No hate here. No hate here.
No, hey, we don't do it. The positive stream all day.
Yes, that's been that, man. It's been so far. And why would that change here in game number 7 now for today? So, it's been a long day. But yeah, Utter Time, a minute and a half for Final Tribe to decide that. We saw somebody run a support Tidehunter earlier on in this event. Position 4.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant team
I've
pick.
seen a few of those as well.
Spam
All right.
Gosh.
Kind of works, right?
Gyrocopter.
Let's be a bit like flexible during the laning stage and stuff.
Frost played it very well a couple games ago. Probably a more comfortable hero for him, so yeah, understandable
10
why they go that
seconds
here.
remaining.
Also deters maybe like I guess Lycan's banned, but
5 seconds remaining.
Beastmaster still could have been a pick for Penta. That
Chen
Yes,
as well,
likely.
possibly.
Chen, yeah, sure. That is likely here.
We've certainly developed a little meta here. It doesn't, nothing too shocking to be coming out here. And the
Dire
question is someone going to like try and get away from that and break it? And the old Penta Leshrac. So
Yeah.
it's certainly been a hero they've gone for before. Could be DNZ who plays it. I've seen RMN play it. They also have played it in the core role before as well. And I remember Weehaw used to like playing the hero too. So this is
10
definitely a little bit of
seconds
meta breaking. Try and mix it up a little bit here. I like where their head's at.
5
In the
seconds
previous series,
remaining.
I know Double Dimension banned this hero all 3 games, and for good reason
really?
against Penta.
Yeah.
Yeah, RMN does have the
notice.
history of playing it, and as you pointed out, though, could be even a core Leshrac. So
I really like ET now, though. Like, up against a Leshrac, someone nice and squishy. If he wants to try and come in the middle of the engagement, ET will help demolish him. You already have a lot of magic damage.
yeah,
And just comboing up with your gyro. And then you'll have that, like, final last pick to do. You'd open up so many options, right? You could have position
Radiant
4 on the
team pick.
Tiny. Still potentially, and they go for the clock instead, which is also fine, I suppose. Yeah, we have lots of flexibility here for their last pick. Could be Tiny off lane, could be Tiny safe lane, could be clock off lane, could be clock 4, could be gyro May, could be gyro safe. So you really don't know where anyone's
10
going to go right now
seconds
to decide the
remaining.
final tribe.
feel like you could go
5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Fiend as well. Obviously, if you're the final trap or the final pick, and Get that Clockwork Shadow Fiend synergy even.
Yep, definitely. Be a fair option.
So 4th pick for Penta now. Before we go into the final set of bands, but yeah, it kind of comes down to where you're playing to really run the Leshrac, and that is true. They already do have the Witch Doctor, so I mean, they could still do a Leshrac Witch Doctor supporting cast, but I don't know. With the Witch Doctor, it seems like it's potentially going to be more of a core, actually.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a support, but there's definitely a chance. Just because even with the Clockwork coming in now, that makes it really scary to go Leshrac core. Like with the Blade Mail coming out, that could be really bad. And he can't dodge ganks when Clock's level 6. That's what I think they're going to pick here, is some sort of a hero that won't get killed by Clock the second he is hookshot and just over and over. Like, so Queen, Puck, something like that.
Venomancer.
Okay. All right, breaking that meta. Snap it in half.
That is different again, yeah.
That's probably Boogie, I'm going to guess. I feel that's a 3 Veno. That would be my
10
assumption.
seconds remaining.
Man, I don't know. Yeah, this is... I don't know. They could still do
That's a
plenty
lot of
here.
magic damage.
That is a lot of magic. That's a good point, actually. So if you're the final try, maybe getting a Pipe Carrier, let alone a BKB Carrier as your final pick.
Position 4 Rubik. Safe lane Tiny, off lane Clock, no field.
They could
steal all Veno shit.
go like a Tide Hunter still on the final try.
Oh my god, he's still in?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Tide is 100% the ban if you're Penta. I would think. Yeah.
What about like
That seems
a...
pretty
Oh, yeah. I keep wanting to go back to Viper, but no, he was banned way back when. My Penta there.
10
They
seconds
also
remaining.
used to traditionally like that Jonas Legion Commander.
5
It'd be kind of
radiant
cool here
remaining pick.
if they ran that in the off lane and then the Tiny Safe, but they banned the Death Prophet. Tinker's already banned. Terrorblade actually made it through. So this could be TB Safe with Witch Doctor, Leshrac, Razor mid,
10 seconds
and Veno
remaining.
off lane.
Okay.
Or are they just going
5
to pick a mid hero that
remaining.
plays better?
Those are the questions, and Penta's here to answer.
I
No,
don't
just
think
a
they're going to
minute.
pick TV. I think it's going to be some Puck, Quap hero.
More in your face, aggressive.
Yeah.
Earlier game,
Mobile. Don't
DK's
die to Clock.
banned.
Dire team pick.
It's going to be the Puck. So now the final try, but again, that's even more magic damage, though, right? So it's really.
Are we missing someone that can abuse that even harder?
That's
I'm
what
trying to think.
Yeah,
Like,
Huskar.
is there anyone that just
10
because like yeah, like
seconds
honestly, that's pretty much the point you're at right now.
5 seconds
That's a
remaining.
hell of a lot of magic damage. They have like Death Ward and Razor, and that's it. Now I guess Edict you could say,
Edict
but
is,
still,
yeah.
I mean, hard to control, of course.
Get that rapid fire Dream Coil from Puck at level 25. There's the physical damage.
So at this point, we're pretty sure it's Veno, Puck, Razor, Core. It's pretty unlikely we're going to have support Veno. So in terms of laning matchups, we have the Tiny, who doesn't want to be against the Razor. We have no one who wants to be against Razor necessarily, but as long as they have a +1, it can be kind of okay. Then we have the Puck, who they're going to have a hard time killing. Yeah, they just go
Choose
Tide.
your
I can't
hero.
see a reason why you wouldn't. I'm really shocked he made it that far, especially after last game.
Natural Pipe Carrier. Or likes to build it even, and yeah, Ultimate's no reason why that's not good here either. It's definitely seemed one of the more obvious ones. So they stick to standard obvious stuff, and now Penta. It's going to be a Weehaw Puck, sure enough. So yeah, Oliver on the Razor. Does he build a Radiance on Razor? Is that a
I
thing?
don't think so.
All right.
But you never know. Maybe.
Could see.
Jeez. Oh, I don't know,
Offlane
man.
Veno, though. Yeah, why the Veno? That's kind of the biggest thing that's standing out to me in that draft for Penta.
I mean, he can definitely build pipe, which is kind of good for their team too, right? You're against AA, you're against Tiny and Gyro, and we used to see Veno a lot. In the same time that AA was really popular, Veno was really popular, And so sometimes you get them on the same team because they work really well together. Obviously, because you just have like all this crazy damage over time and the Ice Blast and someone's just dead. But people used to pick Veno up against it as well because you just get your spells off before you die. You can't be like bursted down, so you still get off your massive ultimate, and it's pretty huge in the team fights. As long as you get that off, you have a really good chance of winning it. So I can understand that burst idea there, but you look at the Radiant 5 heroes, you look at the Dire 5 heroes, and you're like, yeah, that looks like post 7.00 Dota, and I look at the Radiant heroes, and I'm like, this is like, I don't even know. This is like all random or something. It's just much more unusual heroes, and just not as intuitively like good right now.
Creativity is great, and it definitely, different picks. It's nothing against that, but just as we were even talking about with the previous game, and they're coming off of that with the Invoker final pick. It's like there's a reason maybe why Invoker's not necessarily seen in the meta right now. The game itself just didn't feel like it was going to be the strongest setup, and boy, did it not work out. So, well,
I don't know. This is what I wanted, though. Honestly, I wanted them to break the meta a little bit because the last 2 games have looked real rough. After they kind of first solved it out, you could say like the early game has been going really poorly in all 3 games, even the game they won. So these 5 heroes are all very good at fighting relatively early. Razor's probably the one who comes online last, which isn't that common for their hero. Usually he's considered to be pretty decent early on.
Yeah.
So maybe in that sense they're just saying, listen, let's like try and get a better control of this game early on. We can outplay them. We're better than these guys. Just don't be down 8k gold. That could be their kind of like mentality right now.
Well, they're going to once again get the bounty rune top lane and going to make it a 2-2 split as Frost will take both bounty runes down here. And Frost is actually heading towards the bottom lane on the gyrocopter. So going to set up long lane. Look at this gank attempt middle lane though. Again, Puck is as goes without saying, a tough target to kill early on, but only has the orb right now. Nope, they say never mind. Instead, they're going over here. Wait, was a ward counted over here? There was a sentry put down.
I didn't see.
One ward, so maybe, yeah. He's going to TP to the tower, actually, so I'm going to go with yes. Does he have experience? Yes. Well, good job.
Sounds good, yeah.
All right.
But Tiny versus Puck mid, kind of okay for both. Tiny can just do his thing. Just keep using that tree grab, harassing away, still using denies. Hits pretty damn hard, 84 damage early on. Puck's gonna be looking to get that other null soon.
Avalanche in, jeez, they were just running at him. Not afraid.
Don't ever want full mana, gotta spam that.
Bottom lane. Support's coming in, so it's pretty much an aggressive tri lane now, turning into for the final try. Armin is here, but not much to do by himself. Needs to be careful about getting killed himself, of course. And looking at this lineup too, the more I'm looking at it with Leshrac, you usually like that setup stun for his splitter, but they don't really have that. I mean, Witch Doctor's not the longest, unless it kind of bounces back, of course.
Yeah, it's a little odd, eh?
It is.
Gale is pretty good, which is probably why he has it early, or else you almost never have Gale this early on. So he's trying to create that threat.
Okay.
But it's interesting how the lanes have now wound up, right? Because we have tied top against Razor. Yeah, I think he's out of here. They're going to switch. Are they? Or is he just getting the bounty runes? I don't know. He drew a line saying he was going this way, so I'm not sure.
Armin. He's fine. They decide to back off, realizing Witch Doctor's here as well. And not worth the pursuit. Lightning Storm. That'll slow down Pablo. Not enough, though. I've noticed that about RMN's Leshrac builds, too. He actually likes to level up the Lightning Storm. He doesn't even touch Diabolic Edict until later on.
I always think that support Lesh, like, the value I always feel about it is that Edict for, like, taking towers early on, but he does not opt for that at all. And Jonas is not going to have a fun game, though, up against the Razor. This is like, when you think about that tie pick, I wasn't envisioning them allowing this matchup to kind of happen.
True.
But they seem to be comfortable just punishing the Veno early on to make sure he doesn't get a good start. And if he doesn't get into, like, early ring and treads and everything, the hero is pretty weak. So maybe they're just not letting him snowball at all. It's also creating a lot of space for Era.
Now, Oliver, though, by all means, getting plenty of farm. And again, Razor's one of these other heroes where you could definitely go plethora of items. More usual lately is, of course, the drums. There's something like the SNY, but talked about the idea of even a Hooded Defiance may not be a bad option to have earlier on.
They're going for the rotation kill attempt. Excellently baited.
Yeah, Frost is here. Another Rocket Barrage in 2 seconds. Has a wand use for it. Hanskin coming in as well, but could not get there in time. So Razor
suddenly there's 4 hero stop.
And Wee's dead middle.
First blood.
That was a solo kill?
Better yours than mine.
How? Watching top lane, and all of a sudden Weehaw dies middle lane solo. Against
Got
Stereotype.
Ava tossed and treed apparently. And 572 damage bursted instantaneously, so just Weehaw not respecting, probably playing a bit too aggressive. And again, that's what this aggro try did, is it gave Era a free 5 levels. Because they were pressuring, keeping both supports down bottom. If they just accept, like, this, like, let's say they try and rotate so Tide's, like, not up against the Razor or something, there's a chance supports just rotate when the waves get pushed into Razor or something like that, and they come mid and they try and kill the Tiny, but that never happens, because they're just playing aggressively and keeping the supports locked at bottom. And Era just has a relatively easy game in a matchup that could have gone poorly.
Weehaw just used his orb as well right there, so he could be in some more trouble. Coming off cooldown in 2 seconds, doesn't phase shift. The Avalanche missed though. And that's going to be the easy getaway in the end for Weehaw. So a little bit of a miscue. Top lane, Cask bouncing over to Frost. You see Hanskin applying the chilling touch, but with all that sap damage. Gyrocopter going to keep running. And now Hanskin having to get out of here, but the Maledict will take him down. DNC credit for the kill, but yeah, Razor hitting very hard with that 98 sap damage.
My thanks.
And he took out.
Well, typically, when you get the lane swap with like this Razor, with this Tidehunter and Gyro switching spots, it usually goes better, right? Because then the offlaner kind of gets a lot of waves coming in and stuff. But this is not a fun lane for Tide either, and he's really under-leveled. He needs a little bit of gold to actually be tanky as he goes with DNZ, but Jonas is being pretty heavily zoned here. I'm surprised they actually didn't go on that.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Iron Man's just not willing to commit.
No, Boogie a little lower himself, so a little cautious. How about the build of Venomancer, by the way? Yeah, going the Gale Poison Sting. Not touching wards here.
That ward, yeah. Spots exactly. Oh, they actually pinged it. Witch Doctor did, so they know that ward's there. Huh. But anyway, yeah. The I guess just a laning build, right? Very strong if he goes for an early Veil, or if he has one on his team, which is probably what Puck's going to build, so there is definitely that. You know, there's downsides to going all 1 damage type for sure. Yeah, you can just buy BKBs and feel really good on the enemy team, but at the same time, you just get like insane synergy with the Veil. Maybe you can snowball the game like crazy because you pump out so much.
Tiny, he had the invis room, but choosing not to make a play with it. Now, granted, there was a sentry right here. I was seeing him in the middle lane. Frost dead again, or for the first time.
Close.
One more attack. He's in range, but it's going to come at a cost, maybe. Yeah, Oliver's going to die in return.
What was that attack range?
That was a lot. That seemed a lot longer than it should have been.
that was real far.
Yeah. Well, he gets it. Obviously dies in the end, and actually now wraparound. They have a TP coming in from Gyrocopter. They're going to get the Switch Doctor most likely. Cogs didn't block it, but DNC realizing his best bet is to throw out the casket in the face. Try to run, it's not going to work. He ends up going down. So a lot of back and forth battling going on up there at the top lane. But
finally
yeah,
going to get this Sentry. Sentry down rather than get that ward. But yeah, Iron Man is in behind. Can they actually do something with Razor though? Alright, they're bringing everybody. So they just killed the ward and now everyone TPs. Fair play.
Yeah.
Pablo taunts into his death.
Dream Coil's ready. As well, so Gyrocopter, Iron Man in the flank. He was not expecting that for him to still be the Splitter's hits. He's going to start a little bit longer, but finally goes down. Pablo, though, the snap will kill him. And down goes Ancient Apparition. So excellent rotation on the part of Penta. As you mentioned with the counter ward initially. An Era.
That's a pretty cute play. That doesn't happen very often where you just kill a ward and instantly TP people down. I don't know. I guess because it almost feels like it would be really obvious, and in that way it's not. It's like, who else does that? But no, excellent work. They needed some kills up top. And they had that forward vision too, to just set everything up really easily with that Observer ward down by Oliver. But at the same time, Jonas has survived. He's 0-0-0. He doesn't have the most last hits, but he got sent to a real shit lane. And now he's level 6, so there's a chance for the final tribe to also make some plays, especially once they have 6 on Frost to try and combo that up with the Ravage.
Bounty.
Dire's middle tower is under
Wrapping
attack.
around.
Or just spotted Tiny. You walked right through. Gets pinged out there by DNZ.
They're falling back. Yeah, they know he's in the area. But bottom lane, Venomancer does not see Pablo coming in.
That's a wraparound, yeah. You are right.
Well played, and they're going to Ravage for this. They just want to guarantee this kill. So they'll get it. Back to the top lane. They're pinging out Era. They know Era's in the area. He's spotted by the creep, in fact. Forced to fight this, puts the combo out, takes out Witch Doctor. Leaves Frost, throws on the call down. Era going to keep them away. Oliver's dealing a lot of damage, though. Era's going to eventually fall to the Maledict, it looks like. Maybe not, actually. No, it's just not enough damage. He tosses away Frost. And he gets out of there. Era's a little too tanky. He has a lot of farm. That's the farm showing off early on.
Yeah, that's 1,680 HP when he has Strength Treads on. Rather absurd. And instant 830 burst onto that Witch Doctor. And he's got 680 HP. He's a sad dude. Not really anything you can do against Tiny at this point. Even when you don't have that like nuke build that we're so used to before Tiny hit this tree throw, it's just like doesn't take very much. One Avatos is 600 plus damage.
Is under attack.
Top lane again, Frost. He gets slowed down initially by the Lightning Storm. And Dibble Current, that's going to hit the Split Earth and they get the kill. But at what cost for Oliver now? A combo from Era as he ports in. Again, speaking of being tanky, Razor's pretty tanky himself. And no, the supports are here just yet for the Dire side. They're running over. Oliver realizes that, pops a salve. And he's going to run away, actually. So, well played on his part. He has a big-ass tree coming after him, but he's fine. That animation's always hilarious.
Dire's middle tower
floats
is
through
under
the
attack.
air.
Dire's structures are
Good
fortified.
getaway.
He's going to be bullied off his bounty room bottom.
Yeah, the rough game continues for him. As he goes those phase boots, by the way, but he is going to go to the helm of the Dominator again, similar to last game.
That worked out well. And Weehawk probably going to get that Invis rune down bottom and get a kill onto Era if the Dire don't scale it out first. It looks like that is actually going to end up happening, so that would have been really good for them. Oh, DNZ, go!
Nope. Not going to get the turn kill, though, but Era at least gets it first.
It's fine, though, because with his build, he does such little damage if he doesn't double the Avalanche by getting the toss inside of it, right? Because he only hits one instance of Avalanche, it's only like half his HP, whereas if he just does the full combo, he just instantly blows up.
Dire's top tower
We choosing to get the Veil of Discord first. Makes a lot of sense for this team.
Yep.
Enhancement. And I was intrigued how Venomancer was going to build because, again, I hear that definitely has a plethora of item choices and we haven't seen him in a while. But Force Staff is at least the first choice.
Yeah, he goes real standard. Treads Ring to start, and then the Force Staff up against the Clockwork. Perfect. Not really anyone else who wants to build it that early, that's for sure. Not the Razor. And definitely not a Puff, of course.
Is under attack.
Someone there to help out anyone who gets cogged. And then he can still transition that into Hurricane Pike, which more HP is still going to be nice for all this random AoE magic damage that's on the Dire side. And we have a Hood also being built by Oliver.
Dire's middle tower is under
They are
attack.
smoked up here with DNZ and RMN. Trying to find Era. What will it happen? No, he knows. He scans it.
Yeah, they scan the area, so he's playing it very safe. And if they go in on this, they expect a TP for sure. So they're going to try this, actually. Avalanche hits, though. That'll stop them. Clockwork. Does he have hook shot? He does. He's going to use it. He catches Armin, and yeah, gets them both. Armin's not going to die because of this. And so is DNZ. Saw that coming in favor of TFT, and it works out. Still needed to execute it, though. And did a good job of doing so.
Yeah, very nice communication and counterplay there from Final Tribe. Just reading the maneuvers of Penta, and that's what Penta did so well in Game 1.
But Game 2 and 3, they're the ones who are being read by Final Tribe. But Penta has secured that actual early game lead, so
in a sense, their draft has at least changed one aspect of how the series has been going. The question is, have they just gone all in a bit too hard?
Yeah.
Are these heroes going to fall off? Can they do something with this lead, get some more kills, get some more structures, take an Aegis, get Oliver into some big enough items? Because if I look at this lineup, Oliver feels like, oh, he's just going to be like there, like in the front line. And who else is going to be kind of in between him and the enemy team? You know, there has to be like a really nice Dream Coil or a lot of flag boards. He savaged up. Damn, the hate from Jonas.
They really
He is
do.
tired of that banana.
that landing phase was not the friendliest for him, and he is getting revenge. That's a couple of Ravages now to get the solo kills on this Venomancer.
Oh, that feels real good too. I mean, that's one of the best things when we're in an off lane and you finally get that sweet, sweet revenge against those literally toxic laners like Veno or Viper or something.
Hanskin up here. Armen's in the area, but Hanskin does say level 6, so he has Ice Blast now. We'll see if that can set up into something. Meanwhile, there's a pursuit over here. Weehaw.
Dire's top
Gonna
tower
avoid the
is
gush. He has his orb. He should be able to get away. Maybe.
Man, that Hanskin was so close to being spotted by the plasma field.
Oh, I didn't actually hit him.
It was in inches, so he will get out.
They get the tier 2 tower though, so distraction from Puck allows for that to happen. But you see Frost, what he's doing. He's getting rooted up by an ancient creep, but he's got the flat cannon. Even gonna use a call down for this. Ans's farm. It's been a slow farming game for Gyrocopter. It's rare occurrence for Frost especially, but he is recovering. He's got the drums now.
He might get to that half of his net worth last game.
Yeah.
At this point, that was a little
Great
absurd.
conductor.
But they have the blink on Puck, so this is it. This is like the big turn-up moment for Penta. They need many kills over and over. I think that violence, speed, momentum would probably be the way to name this one, I reckon. Penta, they got to go for it.
Coming up to 15 minutes in, again, yeah, 4,000 net worth lead for Penta, but it seems like a game, though, where the draft of Penta, once again, it is more about they want to come online early, so it's great that they're doing that, but if you're TFT, you can also look at it, this is kind of expected, though, right? So it's not necessarily out of control.
No, as long as they put a stop to it soon. But they also don't have cooldown issues, really. Oh, on the Wii, but I mean, it's a Puck. Should be okay. Stop the kill. There's no more follow-up.
He did use his Dream Coil for that, so I don't know if it was a defensive Dream Coil or if he actually was trying to get the kill. He had Tight Hunter. That's again, an ambitious play.
Dire's bottom tower
You have
is
a
under
DD, so it's
attack.
kind of like, I don't know, he's a Veil. Maybe if someone else was nearby, there's a chance. But yeah, mostly just feels like space making. Oliver's farming top. You get the Venomancer down bot. And Veno's just been playing by himself here with all of these wards around him.
Top lane, they're going to run right into a couple. Oliver. He's going to be cut off by Pablo, actually. Cocks are up, but man, look at that damage. He's all of a sudden by himself. He's going to live, though. He manages to walk away. For now, Plasma Field, nope, not going to happen. Wasn't cooldown.
Dire's
That's,
middle tower is under
Stuns from the
attack.
Centaur, too. Just kind of stopping Oliver from running over and maybe getting the passive kill.
Yeah.
His Era is the one to come down and address the
Dire's
Venomancer.
bottom tower is
Sneaking
under
along the
attack.
tree line. But man, Boogie is just constantly keeping this area warded up.
Ability.
Can Era even get this kill? He's gonna try. Toss back. Doesn't toss to the tower. Doesn't benefit off. I don't know.
He's going on the stopper at this point, right? Homing missile, that connects, but they don't. So he manages to escape. Middle lane, they were also doing a bit of a chase, but yeah, Penta Sports, they're really spreading out the map right now. The lead is
Frost!
growing.
Oh, he's got the wand. Okay, never mind. He'll be alright.
Is he fine?
A little close.
He almost died, you're right, to the poison.
Yeah.
He lives. DNZ, Invis. Okay, they got Maledicts.
If he brings that creep close enough together, there's a chance with the cast.
There's the cask, Maledict, Death Ward. Is it enough damage? He pops a Ravage in return, though. Out comes the Ice Blast. It connects on a Wii as well. They kill the Witch Doctor. Pablo wants more. Jonas Van running back in. Gonna help them secure this, and that's a dead Puck as well. So down goes Jonas Van, but he gets the kill on Weehaw just before.
What?
In a trade that's probably worthwhile for sure if you're TFT.
100%, man. When you're behind, too, he still gets a lot of the gold as well before he dies. He actually gets the gush kill on the Puck, and excellent hookshot again, man. Pablo has been on for sure. Fanboy is in again. The legend himself. Very much on point with those shots. And, I don't know, I guess that's not really a greedy play, right? I mean, if you can force out a Ravage, that feels pretty good, and you definitely thought you'd still get the kill, and you certainly thought, if anything, you were just going to trade Witch Doctor for time, which is fine, but the perfect timing of that hookshot to ensure that he couldn't jaunt the orb was very detrimental.
Hurricane Pike finished on Venomancer at least. So as that now, of course, has his level 2 Poison Nova being level 12. Razor, smoked up. He didn't go the Hood of Defiance, we mentioned that earlier. Makes sense in a game like this. And speaking of that, I'm guessing Tidehunter, yeah, he is going to pipe himself eventually, but he's going to be run down right here. Jonas Fan. Onyx is up once again. He's at the tier 2 tower, but so much damage. He's definitely dead. Might as well do as much as in return. Another great Ice Blast.
Dire's bottom tower
Will
is under
connect,
attack.
but no more response.
Alright. Instantly skills the Edict for RMN. Perfect time to level up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Makes the push really easy.
Dire's
So the
bottom
lead just
tower
continuing to
is
grow
under scanning.
for this
They
Radiant
scan
side.
the Invis Tiny. I don't know if they have detection. Oh, they do, but he's just outside.
They put it down, and yeah, he was on the outskirt. That's fortunate for Era. Go on that Shadow Blade. So manages to stay alive, but he can just, again, Penta, all the tempo is in their favor, and with this lineup coming together, yes, that was the idea of it, so that's good, but it's starting to feel like it's getting a bit out of hand. I mean, that's another tier 2, that's all outer towers, in fact.
Yep.
Now been destroyed. And that means
Roche is
Roshan.
not the easiest target for them, though,
Dire's
right? There's
middle
a
tower
Clockwork,
is under
there's a
attack.
Ravage, it's going to be back up. So that whole, that's definitely the next thing on the flowchart. You go on Roche, you take Aegis, and you just kind of secure total map dominance. You ward up inside the enemy
Radiant's
jungle,
top tower
you
is
control
under
2
attack.
waves pushing in, and you look for some sort of a crack. Either someone dies, or you can just force a high ground play that is advantageous in your way, but they don't really have the heroes or the itemization to make that happen. In fact, it's going to be Leshrac who looks like he's going to start building in towards the medallion, which doesn't feel fantastic, but they kind of got to try and find something. I mean, there's like you could just Roche alt for it, I suppose, but and they have the Venom wards, I guess, too. So it's gonna take a while, but there it is. The medallion's done on Leshrac, and we're going in. Bottom though.
Oh, yeah,
There's
that
no TP.
Ice Blast is coming.
Yeah, there's no TP on Gyro.
Oh, that
They
was.
can't fight this.
Okay. Thought that was an Ice Blast, but no, that was just the rocket.
Now it's the Ice Blast.
Here's the Ice Blast. Boom. Yeah, it's so slow, man. This really is a slow Roshan.
They even had the sentry where you can see the little tracker come through, but they still tank it quite a bit. Man, if Gyro had TP, like even Pablo's here might even make a play by himself.
He's distracting. Even that, it's pretty good. It's slowing it down even more. He hook shots, he missed. That was an attempt. That was made. But he missed.
Oh, if only Roche wasn't pulled out here. And he just sails through a bunch of wards.
Yeah.
That was pretty
Radiant's
comical.
bottom
I don't know,
tower
that's
is
a
under
bit of a
attack.
thrill. It's like, what if I get the Aegis? It's pretty sick for us. What if I die? I'm just a support. Definitely a low percentage play.
We bottom lane. He does not realize Tiny's here, of course. Phase shift. He's not gonna buy some time. He gets a Yules. He gets tossed, no combo. There's the Yules. Caught him coming down. He has an orb now with the phase shift. He should be fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Close call.
Maybe concerned about TPs to the shrine, but Jonas was there kind of scouting it out just in case, and so they don't have to.
Over here.
So, go DKP and go high ground, right?
Seems like your play. Yeah, so just as we're talking about Penta, it's expected. They got the early game. Yeah, at the same time, you don't want to take too long to really break high ground.
Oh, definitely. Clock is ticking. Tide, Gyro, Tiny, Veno, Razor, Puck. Which tricore would you rather have, Like, not a very hard decision in my eyes. They have strong heroes, but they have that early lead. Heroes are itemized and feeling good. They got a little bit higher in the level count, too. So we start poking away at the high ground.
Gyro, the Axe is almost finished. So once again, Frost going that. Clearing out the jungle over here, and after this jungle clear, it's going to be close to finishing it. Just needs the last component.
I'd call this a pretty bold Ags game, in my opinion.
Think so?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like they kind of had to fight, right?
True.
It still goes Ags. That is optimistic.
Razor escapes death right there. Avoids the Ice Blast, going to get the Aegis, but prefer not to just simply use it. But yeah, that's a good point. Or instead, maybe that SNY would have been more appropriate to fighting much earlier on.
Yeah, and then you get into like BKB quicker as well. But
well, they're going to stop this tier 3.
Isn't really that much more expensive, but at the same time, there's opportunity cost because you could have hit Ayasha. And
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom tower
that's the biggest
is
thing to
under
build
attack.
up, right?
yeah.
But yeah, tier 3 top, it stopped. I mean, you have Tidehunter with a pipe now. We mentioned how great value that's going to be this game, especially for the dire side. Blade Mail's finished on Clockwork too. Another really good item pickup, actually.
Gyro's about to have eggs. He has done it, which is it's certainly impressive. Oh, that ward on the high ground, though. Spots where Era is.
Lockdown, he has Ravage. Kraken Shell, man.
Kraken timing. That could not have been better. Almost instantaneous.
It's like, nah, you're good.
6-minute cooldown. Nerd.
And it's off.
Yeah, Dream Coil, that's 50 seconds now. So, I mean, Penta's winning in the sense that they're choking out TF, like they're keeping them in their base, other than Frost, actually.
Yeah,
just out here.
He's under vision now, but without Dream Coil, we know Weehaul's starting to bring in that second lane, but they can't even really play in 2 lanes that easily. They are very mobile, so like the clock can just kind of sit here in the middle, and he can choose the angle of attack that best suits Final Tribe from this high ground point. So it's not like super easy just to chip away at 2 towers at once. Veno can't just sit in one spot and place these wards down, because clock can instantly initiate them. However, there's a BKB coming.
That's a kill on Gyrocopter, by the way. Arrow gets a combo kill on 2 supports, however. The Ice Blast coming through. Arrow's on the run. The Ice Blast connected, though, at least on Oliver. But he's hitting hard against Arrow. Arrow going to toss him away. The Dream Coil will stop the TP of Pablo. Arrow's still alive. The fact he lived that long was impressive in itself. The big picture, Penta coming out on top there. Now they want more. Remember that Axe was just purchased by Gyro, so he does not have a buyback. They do have a Ravage on Tide still. There's Tiny with the buyback. So finally, being out of the base, they do get caught.
Yeah, they really wish they had an Urn with them right now. Supports are dead. DNZ's coming. He's bringing 2 Sal's. He's ready to bring the team back at the full HP. What a good doctor. So that'll give Oliver probably a chance to go high ground. He only has 30 seconds left on his age. He's running. He's like, dude, salve me. I want to go. Salve me. Quick, salve me.
Come on, there you go. There's a self. But yeah, as you mentioned, they're running out of time with that Aegis. And the Ravage is
seconds left, YOLO!
Still ready. Soul Ring Ravage.
Mana, actually. Yeah.
Everyone's back up. They can't do this.
Now he's really out of mana.
Yeah, this seems like it's going to be too risky now at this point. I mean, everyone's up. Ravage still ready. Can they really break this tier 3?
You feel so pressured though, because you see this Gyro, you know, he's not in there, you know, he's out farming somewhere. You're like, guys, we need something out of this. But realistically, from my perspective, we can see that their lead is still growing. No one else is getting anything, but you still feel this like thing where you're like, oh, this Gyro though, like, why is he able to farm for free? And then you make stupid decisions.
It feels bad, yeah. You feel pressured, and understandably, because that's a big thing that I think people almost overlook or forget as a spectator. Is obviously, yeah, we get all this vision and everything, but we also get all these numbers and this information. And this Radiant team, again, has a 10,000 net worth lead. We see that. We see that their cores are all doing very well when it comes to net worth, but they may not necessarily know that as much. I mean, sure, you can look at items and stuff that people have, but I'm rambling on here, and Jonah's a fan.
No, it's true, though, because if you play in this game, all you're thinking is the Radiant is, when Gyro's BKB, we can't go.
Are they going? The Ravage? It's no, not the biggest Ravage, right? They didn't really hit many heroes. Jonah's a fan. He is going to eventually die off, actually. Pablo with the Blade Mill wearing off, though. Call that in the back line. So they lose Tide. They didn't get anyone.
Now that is huge. That's the big go-ahead. And they even have the BKB on the Razor flying out on the Courier, too. That Dire Courier almost went down. It's just chilling in the sidelines here.
Dire structures are fortified.
Oliver, homing missile stun. Remember, he doesn't have the Aegis anymore. And the blow up from Tiny, it's not enough initial damage. He pops the BKB, and now Air's being turned the tree. It'll be enough damage to finish him when it's all said and done. And the tier 3 is still up throughout all this, by the way. Puck, they finally kill it, as I mentioned that, but now Weehaw, he has to get the hell on out of there. DNZ being a distraction. Ice Blast. Oh, is it going to connect? No, it just misses him. But it's... Oh, we got him. Razor's dead.
Sailed by.
He did get him, you're right.
They got the pass over. He was low enough.
Got him before he TP'd out. Executes him essentially. Era. Hunting for more. Boogie's also going to get caught here too. Again, this was all they got was a tier 3 tower. And sure, it was a buyback on Tiny earlier, but...
That was on Oliver for sure. He lost like 90% of his HP without even popping BKB. It's brutal. Just like then he finally pops it and he's like, well, now I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Very difficult. I mean, it's a difficult fight for sure, but when you get a chance with Tidehunter down with Ravage, also not going to be possible. Like, you know, even if he buys it back, he doesn't have Ravage. He wasted that too. Feels real bad when all you get is a tier 3. And this is that whole idea of like Gyro's been farming, and now he's going to have his BKB, and you're a little tilted, and you're like, fuck, did we just throw this game? Have we lost?
Tower is under attack.
Because if you're playing this game, you feel like you just lost, honestly. Because, like, you see this timer, you look at your heroes, you look at their heroes, and you're like, oh man, they're going to outscale us so hard, and how are we going to kill Gyro 5 minutes from now? And that's when you do the desperation smoke.
Mm-hmm. Maybe middle lane right here, and don't have a smoke. Doesn't look like
no puck, just orb. They're going to go in.
He might run into them.
Hook shot. Beautiful.
The silence, the stun, even the ice blast, just in case. Arrow gets credit. And he does not have a buyback. He's dead for 70 seconds. I mean, obviously the king pushes
Radiant's
base
top
zombies.
tower is under
Tick
attack.
tock.
Yeah.
Every kill. There's more time. You can't 5-man into our base, and that's more time my gyrocopter's hitting creeps, and that little net worth lead's dwindling down. 4K.
It was what, like 12K at a point at its peak. I'm looking at the graph here around there, and yeah, now it's dipping down to 4K. Just a couple minutes later.
Is under attack.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, again, stats suggest that it's still a lead for Penta, but TFT, no doubt, they're the ones that are feeling more comfortable now. I mean, the BKB is also coming along. That's the biggest thing, too, is that Tiny just finished his, and Gyrocopters just about has his finish. Definitely getting it before the next fight. And we all know how important those items are to have.
Radiant's top tower.
It's certainly not over for the Radiant. They need this Roche. It's a minute and a half, and they need a good fight with double BKB on the Razor and the Venomancer. That is the dream, the key, but they're fighting to those BKBs of the Tiny and the Gyrocopters, so good luck, assuming he buys it here.
Razor pushing out top lane, but he's going to the Axe, by the way. Possessive
gotta end this game. I like it.
Just really trying to help Siege. Yeah, I mean, their Siege, especially with an Axe, they got the Diabolic Edict, which level 3, but even that's powerful. Their other cores, I guess, well, yeah, Venomancer with the Plague Wards. So yeah, they definitely have plenty. Especially with the Axe on a Razor, but as you pointed out, really just try to actually get the finish on this game here. Maelstrom picked up by Venomancer meanwhile. So more right click.
Yep. A bit of push coming out here as well.
And we have Venoward scouting the pit. We have Flare scouting the pit. Both teams are going to know when it's up and ready to be taken. Pablo goes 15 strength over the battery assault damage. With his blade mail, there's so much value in that talent.
And it's off!
Yeah, almost 2,000 life now.
13.2% status resistance too, which isn't too bad for a hero with like no talents and just that raw strength.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's true. I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, the strength being nice over the health even.
Plus, like the way it works with the HP regen and everything now too. Like there's a lot of value in that strength talent. Even though most people will go the battery assault one because like solo kill potential, but I think in a game like this where you already get the blade mail,
top tower is under attack.
You're just trying to hold on kind of deal. Very good.
Level 20s are starting to come up for both sides. In fact, Razor's the first one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Eye of the Storm Strike interval. Getting more push on going. He's dead. Yeah, but as you point out, the Axe talent essentially.
Radiant's top tower
Well,
is
to
under
enhance the
attack.
power of that, Pablo. He's getting away top lane, although they're all running in this area, but they're going for Roshan actually. Okay. They do it a little quicker now.
Alright, Pablo has to buy this time here. He has to hide. He sees Weehaw coming by, but Weehaw doesn't see him. Oh, Weehaw spots him.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Sneaky clockwork.
This is my neighborhood.
Alright, Radiant Vision. They still can't see him. He's got to find that angle.
He's going in. He's going. The ward.
Oh, he gets found.
Oh! We found him. You kill it. He just picked
Pablo,
up.
not again.
Radiant's
Not like
middle
this.
tower is under attack.
Okay, well, he'll hook shot away to a creep, but the Maledict.
Yeah.
Finish
Sadly
the
for
job.
him, Death Ward does not care about blade mail.
Well, they kill Roshan again. The Aegis picked up for Razor, so this is like the okay. Now Penta, you're not going to get many more, if any more, chances in this. So
but you know this as Final Tribe. So what do? You cut waves everywhere. You be complete dicks. Like, never let them get to the base because they just want it so bad right now. If you want to just throw some bodies around, Tide might die, sure. But where was there? He was cutting a wave mid as well. In fact, he might not even die here. Although he's out of Ravis mana. Don't chain feed Era. Don't do it.
He's gonna TP away.
What?
Oh my god. He actually escaped. We've seen several of those today. It's like you're so sure they're dead and then they don't die.
Radiant's middle
Kraken
tower
shell,
is
man.
under attack.
How does he just die?
Just dances around and
Everyone
lives.
just like,
Radiant's
where'd he
middle
go?
tower has
He's just
fallen.
gonna TP out. I mean, whew, that's the tilt is real.
Radiant's middle
We gotta
tower
get to their
is
base,
under
guys.
attack.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just kill Tide and then we can just... Where'd he go?
Not so much.
Very impressive stuff from the Final Tribe right now. They're reading it, man.
Yeah.
Past 3 games, they have looked so good.
They're playing it appropriately. They're playing it as they need to. It's not, again, it's not the ideal, but they're reacting to how the game's evolved. Tiny, he's in there looking for a chance. Jonas the fan will just walk away.
Dire's bottom
Again, still has a
shrine
Ravage,
is
but
under
the longer
attack.
they distract, keep them out of their base, it's
Boom, there it
a
goes.
sense of victory for the Final Tribe. Gyrocopter and MKB is queued up, and he has 4,200 gold, so he's going to very likely have that by the time another fight breaks out. If he could help it.
Dire's bottom
And
shrine
that's going to be
has
intense
fallen.
damage.
So potential Solar Crest could be coming up from the left track. So that's one good reason to have it. But in terms of like the active effect from MKB, pretty sick thing to have with Aghanim Scepter.
We.
He just worked. He's dead again.
He did. Yeah, he was trying to make the kill play. He's got a blink.
He sharded though.
Yeah. He did not obviously know the supports were there. He was kind of having fun with Gyrocopter, seeing what he can get away with. Yeah, that's too much.
Pablo's punishes have just been unreal on this Puck. Like, you think about Puck as a hero that you pick to counter Clockwork, right? That's the whole point, is that you can't gank him early on, and then if you ever try and hookshot him, he just orbs away and dies. But Pablo is just, he's always in the right spot at the right time. Constantly hooking him mid-orb or right after the orb, and then Puck has no escape.
Under 1,000 net worth lead, Trent. It's
Oh, it's
almost-
over, dude. I'm calling it. I'm done. Final Tribe, welcome to Jakarta. it's over. I don't know. It's not over, but it's like it looks so good for Final Tribe right now. Let me just look at this little roast for me. Respawn 1 minute and 45 seconds. That is the hopes and dreams of the Radiant ticking away in the bottom left of your corner. And where are their waves right now? I got a wave over here. I got a wave over here. I got a wave over here. This is the base of which they must attack.
And
How do
can't
they get
make
there?
it. Yeah, they're trying, but it goes back to TFT, and they understand where the game's at, and they're responding appropriately. Gyrocopter, by the way, he's switching MKB. He's actually going to go Ice Scotty instead. You were right.
Yeah, he's just going
MKB
back.
seemed a little odd. No choice.
I mean, it would be okay. I wouldn't hate it, but yeah, it's definitely not. Like, why not just get tankier? He doesn't want to die. MKB doesn't provide you with that. One thing that we haven't discussed, though, that's really irritating them and making this game even harder is just
Dire's
Clockwork.
top shrine
we
is
have.
under attack.
That's a dead puck.
Dude, the hate.
I think they got him.
Tower is under
I
attack.
think
I think
he's
they
dead.
got him. And actually, are they going to push themselves?
Dire's top shrine is
I
under
mean, I don't see
attack.
why not. They got to push back that top group because the Razor kind of has to go for this, doesn't he? I mean,
Pento's
he can
already
play
back.
it really deep until he BKB TPs.
Jonas?
But they have glitch.
Jonas, man of Dynalistic can get back to the fountain somehow, but here we go. The TP's in, the PKP's used. Oliver has to run. They've already lost the Witch Doctor. Oliver Glimmercade. He's alive for now.
Follow the missile.
Wait, where was the Glimmercade? Did he put that on the courier?
No, it was the Leshrac. No,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It does connect though. Ice Blast is gonna hit. Oh, that's a kill. And now the Aegis, does he have a buyback? He does have a buyback. Will it do catch up? Oh, no he doesn't. Wait. Oh, he just lost enough gold, okay. Oh.
Yeah, it's looking rough, but they're just how many like we all spent more time dead in the past 5 minutes than alive. Like actually, he respawned and died 3 times in a row. That is extremely painful. Where'd he go, guys? He was like up there in the net worth. Now he's way down. Everyone else is scaling up. He's being left behind.
Yeah.
And he's being killed by a guy who's half his net worth.
Radiant's middle
Like
tower
Clockwork,
is under
essentially.
attack.
But
Radiant's
like
middle
these flares from
tower has
Clockwork
fallen.
are just something that you don't really expect to have such a big impact. But he can help push waves so much. And then you also have Ice Blast, so like they're having a really hard time wrangling some control here for Penta.
And I think Tide's really coming more and more of the final pick. Like this is kind of why we expected Tide Hunter to be the final pick and by TFT win it, is that he's just so tough to kill. And yes, the early game was pretty much of a struggle for him, and his Ravages have been great too, but I think that's the biggest thing between the Kraken Shell procs and just they're using so many resources to try to focus him down and kill him. I mean, even at the top of that push right there, like, that was a lot of it. They put so much into killing the Tide Hunter that by the time he's about to die, it's already too late in the game. So
They didn't have all their heroes, and like some heroes' head died just from the Ravage and stuff too. It's real awkward. Ooh. And Pablo will get out. So there's no Yules on our men, so the stun will be too long.
now, Trent, I have a question
excellent.
for you.
I love questions that I don't know the answer to. What is it?
This is from Deja Vu in chat.
Oh, I hate these. What is it?
These idiot casters don't know Venno will wreck Gyro Lake. I guess that's not a question, but
Oh.
what his reference?
What
it
does
still
he
stands.
mean? These idiot casters.
He's suggesting that Venomancer is going to wreck the late game when it comes down to it. What do you think of that logic?
I don't think there's much logic to it. But nothing here pierces BKB, so I'm not really sure where you're going with that.
Jonas?
They did get Jonas.
Again, he takes so long to kill him. They will.
Lightning strike.
183 damage stolen. So Tiny has a buyback. Ravage is ready. But that's a good find for Penta.
A tithe to the
Anything
impurity.
to try to force it. Without overextending, of course.
I will say Venno's done a fantastic job of farming. All the credit to Boogie, by the way. Like, Boogie
Yeah.
is definitely owning. He's looking real good. But the Scotty tanking on up, getting rid of his buyback. He needs to be super careful right now. And we're back to the old Roach Timer.
Clock he actually tried to hook
Misses
shot
the
away.
He's
still
forcing
fine.
one. He's fine.
Blade Mills into turn as well, and just kind of walks it off. So he's good to go. Meanwhile, top lane. Tiny's pushing it in. AC's almost finished on him. Has the gold forward, in fact.
Think about how long they built these BKBs on Racer and Venno, and they've both been used twice.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower.
Finally, they find it. All right, Tide is dead. 14 seconds. He doesn't want to buy back. They have no glyph. Oh wait, they do have glyphs. All right.
Tiny's TPing back in. Oh, he's going to be stopped, actually. He got stopped by Puck. But back over here, Oliver, the BKB, as soon as he's about dead, though. Ice Blast coming through. Of course, the BKB saving him initially. Yep, no, never mind. Asuka gets the kill.
Radiant's
And now
top
Era
tower
back down
is
here, so he was stopped, but that might end up working out for the Dire
Dire's
team,
top barracks are
unfortunately.
under attack.
Look out, Gyro! It's Venno. Oh god. Ooh. All right.
I'm looking at Era, meanwhile. He's going to beat down Boogie. He eats the cheese to stay alive. But yeah, you see over there, Araman eventually going to melt down the Poison Nova. BKB wearing off right here. Has status resistance. He's picked up another tree, going to put as much damage as possible. And finally will go down, so they ultimately kill what seems to be the raid boss in Tiny. But again, it's the big picture.
He doesn't even lose gold though. He actually. Oh no, he did lose. So he went down to his death toss, but very reliable gold rather. But he kept all his gold. He bought the AC, and he knows that he doesn't need buyback because everyone else in the ring instead.
And that's, is
Very
this
nice
refresher?
defense.
This is refresher shirt, yeah.
And who's in the pit?
Dire
Oh,
scanning.
it's Tidehunter.
It's
I
pretty
hear this
good.
hero's pretty good. Alright, Weehaw has to try and make a play. Oh, that's a well-timed orb.
Oh, well, they get the kill.
Mortality.
That's something. at
Oh,
least.
damn. That's pretty hilarious.
Good snatch, Josephine. Good snatch. He picks up the Aegis active. Wait, what? Really?
I wonder if that was a...
That might have been a
Maybe a misclick?
misclick. You know what? Maybe because of panic. Because of what happened right there. So it's understandable, I guess, but
And the cogs also made it a little bit weird, too.
yeah.
I mean, it's not like they really need long frosts anyway, I don't think. Like, Cheese or Aegis both are probably fine. And you might say that because he still has a really long BKB at like 8 seconds, that's decent. You know, maybe Cheese is better because it's like a really magic-based lineup on the Radiant side. So as long as he's BKB'd, the limited physical right-click damage they have, let's say Razor actually gets on top of them. If he can cheese through that and still be BKB'd, he's going to be fine.
Okay.
So, in a sense, like, you never want to pop your Aegis before the BKB. So, yeah, I actually like this decision. It probably is intentional.
Okay.
Have Jonas having the Aegis.
Well, Tiny resurrects. He finished that AC before he died, remember? And so he's working towards now Chrysalis. That damage is going to be really intense. Ancient Apparition didn't even mention, but yeah, he's had an Axe for a while. The Forest Staff picked up. He actually just got a gem. As well for counter warding. That's something else too with the Ice Vortex. That's not something you maybe think too often when you're thinking Ancient Apparition. You think more Ice Blast, of course, especially, but enhancing all the magic damage that they're putting out.
So good.
How much is it actually? At level 4, it's 30. Oh no, that's the slow. Oh yeah, 38%.
Yeah, no, it's 38.
I deserve this.
I'm a big AA advocate, huge fan here. So I'm all about the Ice Vortex. Best skill.
Jonas, he's running in, has a Force Staff, gonna go for it. Shivas, they catch Boogie. Boogie, he has 5,000 gold, so he has a buyback, but it's pop BKB.
Look out, Gyro! It's the Venomancer!
He's dead. To be fair, he did a lot of damage in return. In fact, DNC is trying to capitalize off of that. Back at the base, they're killing racks, actually, so they're gonna lose DNC, but a bit of a distraction means both of the racks will go down. Weeha's found. Ravage is still ready. But you know what? I mean, we're kind of laughing right there, but Penta, that's actually turned out pretty good for them.
Yeah, the prioritization was not flawless there from Final Trap. They were trying to make kind of a cool play where they were flanking in and the AA was over here and it was going to be a big Ice Blast, but the sneaky play there from Razor and Leshrac, very impressive. Definitely a excellent part about having the Leshrac support as well as that Razor Aghanim Scepter. They shred buildings if they're left alone like that. It's certainly a unique scenario and not what you expected in this game, but it looks like Penta were able to set it up there with Boogie as the bait.
And Puck, he is almost level 25, which, well, there you go, he hits it. So 420 GPM.
Yeah, that's a dig on 5 and a sight right there. That is.
That's the dig on 5 coming.
A lot of gold.
More level 25, so he's the first, well, I guess Gyrocopter actually as well, and of course homing missiles, yeah. No global cooldowns here. This game. So TFT, they're going to start pushing out now in the middle lane. Again, the top tower finally was destroyed, so they don't have to necessarily worry about that anymore. And instead they're going to go forward. Remember, Jonas Fan still has both the Shard and the Aegis, by the way. Hook shot in the back lines, catches Oliver, and I think he wanted to push him. He ends up trapping him, though, as out comes a Ravage. It does hit Venomancer, but the BKB of Oliver. Oliver, though, he's dying with the physical damage too much. He does have a buyback. Will he do Jonas a fan? Aegis going to be popped right here, looks like. He has a Shard to come up, though. In fact, he's still not dead. Finally goes down, as there's the buyback on a Razor. Frost, though, he runs back. Back up his Tidehunter. Remember, Ravage online. Venomancer goes down.
Yeah, they gotta be careful, though. They don't want to give away too much of these buybacks. Like, Frost is low. He's still taking a lot of damage from the Veno. Weehaw won't come back in, though. No, but he's still back there, man. Weehaw's really scared for him right now.
Yeah, Frost is just sitting in the backlands, letting his team do work. Oh my god, that damage of Era. Oh, he's trying to get him. The South Pop, he's trying to find him, he gets a kill. But at what cost now? Weeha's in trouble, he's gonna be comboed. He gets the phase shift off. He puts the Yules, the double Shard, then the double Ravage coming out. It secures the kill. And now DNC goes down 2. So Puck has a buyback, but I mean, killed Frost. So it is forced indeed. Now no more Ravages. Nice force away.
They have the coil. They can catch. Oh, Weehaw wants to fight. Too far. You can't tell how split they are, though. Not sure what's going on. So in the end, we now go to the 1 racks apiece and 13 KB Dire. Radiant, to their credit, are holding on pretty well here. BKB start to dwindle more and more. There is certainly some credit to the old Veno. You saw how much damage that Gyrocopter took.
Yeah. It's overtime. It goes Veno, that's how the hero works, right? Overtime, especially with the Poison Nova, with the Poison Sting. I mean, if the fight lasts long enough and you haven't killed heroes on the other side, then you do have to be a little bit worried for TFT. But the theme of the game is, though, and we've been noticing ever around this 25-minute mark or so, it's just been going down, 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 all the way to the other way. A little bit of a hiccup here, where Penta climbed back somewhat, but now we're at our biggest lead for TFT of 13,000 net worth. But ultimately, it's a racks for a racks on either side. And goes back to Puck. I mentioned here he has to dig on 5 now, or just purchased it, I guess. He's going to get bots level 2 first.
Ooh, I like that decision. That's a real game changer item. Like, considering how cool that item is, it's interesting we don't see it more often, but obviously it's a very late game scenario thing, but it just kind of breaks a lot of your expectations about like Dota and stuff, where it's, you know, you don't expect someone to be able to just like TP onto a hero, because it's still relatively new in the sphere of Dota. Ooh, they can't get that follow-up stun. They've been so good at that, but this time Weehaw will live.
Yeah, there's just to escape.
But yeah, you just try and gank this hero, and suddenly this little aura appears on them, and you're like, oh shit, someone's like about to be here. I thought this was a solo hero, guys. You can play a bit more aggressively on the other heroes because of that. But looks like we're farming up to level 25 talents, eh?
Yeah, that's something else. In fact, you mentioned that. Let's take a more of a look here. Tidehunter, 25% CDR. No surprise. Has his refresher almost finished, by the way. Europe, that is.
Yeah, he's far away
Radiant's
from
bottom
buyback with it,
shrine
though,
is
that's
under
for sure.
attack. Dire are scanning.
Only rocking a 900 gold surplus right now.
Yeah.
And it's off.
Radiant's
Tiny's
bottom
going there, or
shrine
he went
has
his
fallen.
level 25, the 12-second avalanche cooldown, so it's now a 5-second cooldown
Huh.
on that ability.
Over the toss charges, eh?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I like that, though. Especially for the puck, right? I think that's probably why he went for it, is just to keep punishing phase shift, so it's harder for Weehaw to play.
Exactly.
Boom.
That's what I was thinking too, so makes sense there. I have Scotty finished on Razor. So another one of those we see.
Mystery.
As he's trying to hit level 25. Tidehunter just picked up an Arcane Rune, by the way. So he would not mind using that Ravage now. Oh, Puck. Tiny, he missed him. Was hoping to catch. Over here.
He
They know he's
actually
in the
went into
area.
where they had vision.
Gonna see Shivas.
Guard.
Oh my
god! That
Wow.
was so close.
That hook
Weehaw.
shot.
These are the plays he's got to make right now, though. Like, Weehaw's keeping them in this. And he had a really rough mid-game, so all the credit to him to be able to kind of fire back now, because that's twice in a row now. He has baited almost the entire team, and he's helping to waste some of these spells from Clockwork, and Pablo's sick of it. He's just going to start finding -7. Oh, Boogie. Back to the gyro. His arch nemesis.
Boogie's out of here for sure. And does he have a buyback? He does. 100 seconds. Let's see, Poison Novas before, but with the pipe especially. Absorbing plenty. Roshan is up in 17 seconds, so not up just yet.
All fears
But
fade.
if they see him as soon as he comes up right here, this could be a Roshan for TFT.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
The heart finish on Tiny. Our man's scouting out. With an Invis currently. Roshan is officially now back
Radiant's
up, though.
top shrine has fallen.
Oh. Witch Doctor, he'll TP away. Never mind, hookshot hits. Although Razor's here. And Ice Blast, though, comes through. DNC definitely dead.
Yeah, no punish. And Roche is up, so let's get in there. 2 heroes are dead. This is the time. How about another refresher shard? Jonas can have 2 once more. Oh, they want the buyback first.
From
Good
the
choice.
brink.
Now, will they keep going, though? They are going to keep going.
Yeah, BKB's up. You can poke and prod a bit.
He's
Puck
another
is not
tree.
here. Coming back now.
Now they're falling back. Puck, is he going in? No. Yeah, they'll fall back here and, again, maybe look to do Roshan. They know it's up for sure. Gyrocopter spotted it.
Dire's bottom tower
apparition
What do you
back
do
in
with the
base.
Radiant here? This is a tough call. Do you let them have it? Because like you have a good wave down bottom.
True. Just trying to
It looks
push,
like
maybe.
Weehaw just wants to go back and try and keep that pressure up a bit. And I mean, the Dire think they're smoking into them or something. So they actually don't go in the pit themselves, which is kind of interesting because it looks really
Yeah.
advantageous for them with the hero dead. There's no shrines to the Radiant. But they are predicting a smoke from the Radiant, and they don't find it.
Clock did just get his axe, by the way. So that hook shot, 12-second cooldown now.
What about their buyback situation? Only Tiny and Gyro, and then only
Oh!
Leshrac for the Radiant. That's
They
it.
tried to smoke, and they got spotted immediately. And they backing off. Pablo can he maybe hook shot to a teammate? No, he's going to be caught first. Forced to fight this. Frost possibly given the back. Let's put the call down. And Pablo's going to miss his hook shot. But out comes a Ravage. Not the biggest one, though. They do lose DNC, but Oliver. Pablo, excuse me. There's a second Ravage. As Venomancer's being beat down. He does not have a buyback now. Dieback for him. Again, Clockwork dead on the other side. Frost standing his ground. He's going to get burned down, though, here. It looks like he dishes out a good amount of damage before he gets taken out. Oliver's low. Can they finish him off at least? They cannot just yet. Leshrac going down on the back lines. The Gush. Maybe an anchor smash. He can't get close enough. His slow is real. Will it be enough? It finally is. And Oliver's dead. No buyback. The Kraken shell helping to keep Tidehunter alive as well. As he walks it off.
I actually thought Final Tribe were about to lose that fight real hard. Because they missed the Ice Blast. They missed essentially the entire call down. They killed like Leshrac, or they got like damage on the Leshrac, and that was pretty much it. And then the Veno obviously got off his spells, which was very good. They couldn't kill Weehaw right away. I felt like the first Ravage was pretty bad. So things got a little tight, tight there, but everything's fine.
For now. Thinking about Roshar.
Continues to play around.
Yeah, the Ravages weren't the prettiest either. I mean, the second Ravage did kind of connect, but the first one, I think, whipped everything, actually. Yeah, we barely hit somebody. But
the fact that it's Pablo who was gone on first, right? Like, he's such a good counter initiator for them, where like he sees where the fight is and he picks that one target who he wants to chain stun, and him being gone right away.
you see Puck is trying to time it here. Keeps sending the orb in. Weehaw knows he has to make a big play to probably keep his team in this game. At this point.
I mean, he's got the coil. There's a chance with the mini stun. He's opening up that inventory. The gem is down. The veil is down.
Keep them getting. They're gonna go after him, try to zone him out. But now Roshan's still staying alive, so
He's still sticking around. They don't know he's there.
Yeah, not yet. Tiny's not even actually attacking Roshan.
Dude, where is this guy? They can't. Oh, they found him.
Yeah,
There, I got him, guys.
Hookshot misses. Try to hit him.
Prediction.
A tithe.
He's still winning this, though, in a sense. He's keeping him from actually killing
Think about how
Roshan.
insane this is right now. When he just
Okay,
hit.
they're gonna
One
get it.
hero.
Roshan has fallen to the
Does he go in here, try to ninja something? No. It's all picked up. Who got the shard? They
He
give it
actually
up time.
flares. Oh, they see him.
Oh, Weeha's caught. The Ravage will not connect, though, as it gets back to base. They actually missed the initial stun. He hit the creep instead, yeah. I was wondering what happened right there for a second. It's like, wait, how did he get away?
Yeah, that
Hookshot
was
missed.
so close to the hook shot. My God. And that, I mean, kind of happenstance. The flare goes like right over it. Like, I actually kind of knew he was gonna blink into that general area, try and get away, but then with the TP too, and still so close. And, he did have buyback, I guess, so it wouldn't have been GG, but certainly would have been nice to take that away from Weehaw. As he's sitting at 6k gold, he's got a 3,200 surplus. He could think about moonsharding his Razor, but he should probably just sell the Veil and get a Hex. Or maybe a Lincoln's. Lincoln's doesn't help him that much, actually.
Double damage.
Yeah, Hex is always good value. Be surprised to see that popping out here. But 16,000 net worth now for the Dire side. Satanic on Gyrocopter. He's basically got buyback now once again. Good to go. He has the Aegis. TFT. Feeling more and more like this is their game to lose. And again, what would be the series? They're the ones up 2-1 here in this best of 5. They win this, they go to Indonesia. They lose this, we go to
fighting
game
for their
5.
lives for Penta. Pablo with the smokes, gets the Razor, gets him.
Oh. Nice Force Staff. Has the buyback, by the way, worst case, but doesn't need it. Force Staff's pretty good against Clockwork. Continues to be the case.
Weehaw down bottom, though.
Dire's bottom
He's making his
tower
presence
is under
very
attack.
known. He knows he's not doing damage, but this is he's just saying,
Guys, pay
hey,
attention
look,
to me."
guys, hello, I'm here.
I'm at your base. Well, now the backdoor falls off. And with the Diabolic Edict, they can definitely put some good damage here. Hook shot, though, back on the base. Venomancer caught initially. Can he even at least get the ultimate off? He cannot. No buyback. And they're going to lose the top racks. Back to the bottom racks. The melee is still alive. TP in from Ancient Apparition. He's going to go for the
Go
Ice
for
Blast.
the throne. They want to do it. They're doing it.
Lands on a wait. Nope, they're going bottom. Ravage hits. That's the second one, I believe. No, he still has another one even. with the refresher orb. Doesn't have the mana for it though. Razor just jumped in the midst of it. He buys back immediately as he dies right there. Again, Venomancer still remaining dead for 80 more seconds. Oliver jumping back in. Has to be Gibby active, trying to do as much damage as possible. That's another buyback, this one on Puck. Did eventually get killed off. Frost, the flat cannon, attacking everything he can. The Aegis will be popped. Coming back up, what kind of reset?
18 damage, still on Razor. He's scary.
He is. They still have a Ravage, but he doesn't have the mana for it. On Tidehunter.
Picking up Pablo.
Radiant's
Trying to force him down.
Trying to at least, yeah.
One tier 4 left.
One tier 4, arm in. They're just stopping as much as they can. More damage being stolen by Razor. He gets comboed. He's dead. 125 seconds. Tier 4 is going to go down here. And that could all but do it in favor of the dire side. Weeha's doing everything he can with the Dagon spaceship. He gets caught by the Avalanche, though. He yells up after the fact, but the Ancient is dying. GG's are even called. It will be official. TFT is going to the main event. The minor that is. Congratulations to the final tribe as they qualify for their first minor of the year.
Definitely the deserved victors out of the series today, without question. I remember Era tweeted after their loss to OG saying